Syracuse is in the house on a Friday night. It's a whiteout at the freshly renovated Carrier Dome, but the lights are black right now. Liberty lit up the scoreboard last year on this turf. Tonight, the Orange look to get their revenge. It's the Cuse against Liberty on ACC Network. And we welcome you to ACC Network football presented by Dr. Pepper. The students are fired up for the first night game at this new look Carrier Dome. And we're fired up to be here. We welcome you to the Loud House alongside the former first-round pick, Bobby Carpenter. Drew Carter on hand. Taylor Davis joins us from the field in just a moment. So, Bobby, these are two teams that have been known for offense the past few years. The defenses have stolen the show this year. Well,
they have offensive head coaches. You'd think that they want to run the ball. They want to throw all over the place. But no, it has been the defense. They've been getting it done. And getting it done in a big way early in this season. They've been absolutely fantastic. Scoring defense, total yards allowed, tackles for loss. They're getting up the field, their penetration. And by the way, they're really good on third down, too.
Yeah, two top 10 defenses, both allowing under 2 yards per carry this year. Now, if Liberty wants to get after that Syracuse defense, Bobby, it's going to be all about number 7, Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is fantastic. He's a terrific NFL prospect. He has the height, he has the size, he has the speed, and he's worked on his mechanics. He throws a really good football. He's done a terrific job with it. You can see the touches he drops it into his guys. He's a big-time NFL prospect. There's a lot of scouts here watching him tonight, and he's going to try to put on a show.
Yeah, we've heard about 30 scouts are at the Carrier Dome tonight to see Malik Willis play. Liberty's quarterback situation is set in stone. We know it's number 7. Syracuse is just the opposite. We still don't know who's going to start this game, Bobby.
Well, it's up in the air. Is it Tommy DeVito? Is it going to be Garrett Schrader? It's been back and forth throughout the season here, and we talked to Dino Babers. He said it was scripted early on in the season, and now as he's moving through, it's more of a feel situation. As you can see, Garrett Schrader slowly gobbling up more reps each and every week until last week against Albany, taking almost 2/3 of the offensive snaps. It's Garrett Schrader now, and we'll see if he is the guy to lead the Orange tonight.
Well, whoever starts, they're going to be handing it off a lot to number 34. And for more on Sean Tucker, we go down to the field and say hi to Taylor Davis.
Absolutely, Drew. Obviously, running back Sean Tucker coming off a record day against Albany just last week, becoming just the first player in Syracuse history with 100 yards rushing and receiving, along with his 5 touchdowns. As Dino Babers describes him, this is a guy with great acceleration and toughness. Someone you'll see take hits in the backfield, but make something positive out of it. And guys, the first 2 games of this matchup, the team with the most rushing yards walked away with the W. So expect this Liberty defense to really key in on Tucker in this Orange ground game.
All right, good stuff, Taylor. Sean Tucker, a former high school track star, big play machine for the Cuse, who won the toss and elects to receive on a Friday night at the Carrier Dome. Bobby, they just want us to know who's going to play quarterback fast. Get rid of the suspense.
I was going to say, we don't have to worry. We'll be able to find out here in about 30 seconds who is trotting out to lead the Orange tonight on offense. Is it Tommy DeVito? Is it Garrett Schrader? We'll find out after the kick.
Alex Barbier kicks it away for Liberty. We are underway on a Friday night primetime on ACC Network. Courtney Jackson lets it go to the end zone, and SU starts at the 25, and number 16 in navy and orange walks out with the first team offense. So Garrett Schrader, the Mississippi State transfer in his first year with this program. High hopes for this guy, former consensus 4-star recruit, playing for the Bulldogs. Didn't play a whole lot in Starkville. Now he's starting for SU.
Well, and he has some terrific numbers this year, but don't necessarily look at those numbers and get caught up in them. They haven't played the most difficult schedule. He was coming in a lot of times, Drew, in the second half, getting a little mop-up duty, padding those stats. Tonight will be a much tougher task against a stiff Liberty defense.
He's got his pilot's license. He's looking to take the controls of this offense and fly it high at the Carrier Dome. On first down, he looks to throw. He wants it all. Schrader's first pass is just out of the reach of his wide receiver, Damian Alford, the speedster who caught a 73-yard touchdown last week, just missed a big pop.
He popped that one last week. It's no surprise to see them try to come out, take the shot. Here's the thing, Drew, when you're a young quarterback, you haven't really started, maybe your first big start here, you want to try to do something to ease the nerves. People talk about easy throws. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let that adrenaline fly and chuck one deep and see if you can pick one up.
He's a guy with a big arm. He's 6'4", 230 out of Charlotte. Running back to his left for the second straight snap is Sean Tucker, and he gets the call on the out route, and Tucker is near first down yardage on his first touch of the game. Cedric Stone makes the stop for the Flames.
Dino Babers loves the screen game. He does a great job, and one of the big elements of that screen game is running back Sean Tucker. He gets it done with his hands. He can get it done on the ground as well.
Sean Tucker, the freshman out of Maryland. He did play here last year, and he took over that starting spot. A little movement before the snap, and the Cuse is going to have some more work to do here on third down. Carlos Federello, the guilty party there, back in the center position after he played right tackle last week. Our referee today is Stuart Mullins. And you see Dino Babers has tinkered a little bit with this offensive line. And Bobby, his offense has struggled over the past couple years.
And it all starts up front, being able to get a solid push and then also being able to protect your quarterback. Schrader, they're going to want to give him time. Went from a third and 2 to about a 3rd and 8. See if they go with the screen game or try to push this down the field.
SU converting below 40% of its third down conversion so far this year. Schrader to throw, plenty of time, that's incomplete. Javon Scruggs, the starting Rover, knocks it down, and Syracuse has to punt. So 3 and out for Schrader's first drive.
That's tough for a young quarterback. You bring him in there, incompletion on first down, great screen play. I love the call by Babers, setting him up, 3rd and 2, and then you have the procedure penalty. You get backed up and put in a 3rd and long. It's a tough conversion in your first series as a starter.
They took that shot on the first play. He barely missed Alford, who had a few steps on the defense. James Williams in to kick it away for Syracuse. The freshman out of Watkinsville, Georgia. Demario Douglas back to receive. This is a short punt. It's an SU team that struggled with punting all season, and the Flames are going to set up shop right inside their own 30-yard line. 43-yard kick for SU. And now, get your popcorn ready. Malik Willis time at the Carrier Dome.
He's fast, he has a great arm, he extends plays, he does everything you want a quarterback to do. Last year was fantastic, led Liberty to 10 wins, has 2 wins this season. Looking good so far, we'll see how well he does this year.
He's a transfer from Auburn, spent a couple years on the Plains. He said he prayed and asked God for a place to show what he could do, and he certainly found that on the Liberty Mountain. He starts in the empty set on 1st down and 10.
Some good noise here in the Carrier Dome. Student section sold out, got the towels waving.
No fans here all of last year, and they're fired up to be back. On the RPO, the give goes to Shedro Lewis, who shredded Syracuse last year at the Dome, gains 5 yards on his first carry.
Shedro, not the biggest running back that they're going to deploy, but he's explosive, he's fast, and we're seeing a little tempo here to start with Liberty.
Liberty not one of the faster teams in the country, but they can speed it up when they want to. Willis gives it again to Lewis, testing that left side, and he's got another solid chunk of 4, sets up 3rd down and short.
Continuing to run the football, look like they want to press tempo here early on. A big 3rd down for this Syracuse defense.
You see the numbers for Lewis in this building. Last year he had touchdowns of 52 and 75 yards on this turf. Syracuse hungry for revenge tonight, and the fans are fired up.
They don't like to call a ton of runs for Malik Willis, like to save him, but in 3rd down situations, move the chain situations, he's a very, very viable threat.
Willis does keep it right on cue, and he sidesteps across the 1st down marker. Willis still on his feet, carrying Orange defenders near midfield.
They call those the quarterback +1 runs. Use the running back as a lead blocker. They're going to run out to Willis's left right here. Gets downhill, puts his foot in the ground. He's like a running back. Tony White was worried about this, the defensive coordinator for Syracuse. And look how he's able to push the pile late in the down. He's 215 pounds, drew big, physical, strong legs. Could end up being a problem for the Orange tonight.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze told us this week, Bobby, they've probably designed maybe 6 quarterback runs for Willis in their first 3 games. This time on play action, Willis lets it rip. Corner route, incomplete. Deuce Chestnut, the standout freshman for Syracuse on the coverage, looking for Kevin Shaw.
Tony White was raving about how talented Chestnut was. Does a great job playing the ball, puts his foot in the ground right here, comes off his coverage. Great job not interfering on the play, no penalty, keeping it clean. Very talented young player for the Orange.
Yeah, the word Dino Babers uses to describe Deuce Chestnut, swagger. It leads to confidence. You saw it there. Pass breakup brings up 2nd down and 10. Liberty goes empty again.
Pressure by Syracuse on the right side.
Here comes the house for the Cuse. Willis looks to evade it, somehow escapes. Malik Willis is Houdini in a Liberty uniform. He's got a 1st down and more. Willis down near the 25-yard line. How did he escape that?
And that's the problem when you bring pressure. You're going to have an open back end. You see the pressure coming on the right side of the screen. Great step up in the pocket. Malik Willis even kept his eyes downfield, but decided, you know what, there's no one there, time to run.
They run it quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Shedro Lewis again on the give. That's 3 carries for him on the first drive, and it picks up 3 yards after the 26-yard rip for Willis on the ground.
3 carries for Shedro, but 2 big carries for Willis. Conversion on the 3rd down, and then the improv, which is something that's very, very tough to deal with as a defense. You have everybody bottled up. You had a free rusher. You have to be able to make the play.
Willis is a guy who came from Auburn to Liberty with a lot of work to do, says the coaching staff, but you combine the arm talent with the leg talent. He had the tools, and he has sharpened them in his 2 years with the Flames. On the option, the pitch is to TJ Green, one of the 3 running backs Liberty wants to rotate, and he's close to the first down.
TJ Green, another special athlete. They're going to package him as well with Shedro Lewis. Both of those guys a little bit smaller, a little bit faster, can really get going. Joshua Mack, their big bell cow running back, as number 8, more of a physical runner. And we'll see right here if they lean on their quarterback one more time. It's a move the chain situation. Do they end up deploying him in the +1 run game?
Willis picked up a 3rd down and short earlier on this drive. Running back to his right is TJ Green. On the option, Willis gives it, and Green's not going to get there. Cody Roscoe is there to bring up 4th down. 1-yard gain, 4th and 2 coming up for the Flames.
Huge stop for the Orange. You can see the penetration on the right side. They get pushed, they stop the puller. There's nowhere to go. Running back tries to cut back. Great job by the Orange defense sealing it up. Big 4th down for Liberty.
Syracuse defense 3 for 6 in terms of stopping opponents on 4th down this year. Flames going for it in the red zone.
Looks like potential pressure coming. Orange defense trying to excite the crowd. It's getting loud in the Carrier Dome, Drew.
1 second on the play clock. Willis gets it off, but not before a whistle blows. Timeout, Liberty. They want to talk this one over. Hugh Freeze, not sure what's going on in Syracuse. It was easy last year. Not the case this year with the fans in the Loud House. 4th down coming up for the Flames. Hugh Freeze knew things would be different here at the Carrier Dome this season with fans in the building. Last year, his Flames came in and torched the Orange. This year, with fans back in the Loud House, they lined up to go for it. Now they're opting to bring in Alex Barbier, the redshirt senior kicker out of Alpharetta, Georgia. The Penn State transfer is only 1 for 3 this year. A 36-yard attempt to get the Flames on the scoreboard, and he hooked it. And the Loud House plays a role already.
That was a big part of the 4th down decision for Hugh Freeze, I think. Call timeout and then go out there and get your field goal team on, as we see right here. Barbier, clean snap, clean hold, just hooks this thing, pulls it a little bit to his left. Huge stop for the Orange to start this out. They gave up a lot of yards, Drew, but they didn't give up any points, and that's what ultimately is going to matter at the end of the game.
Yeah, for Liberty, that was a 9-play drive, and it ends with nothing. All 53 yards in that drive on the ground against this stout Syracuse run defense, but they come up empty-handed. So Syracuse back to work on offense. Garrett Schrader, who started this game at quarterback, is still out there. We are on QB watch because it was a competition coming in. Sean Tucker, no question, he's the starting running back. Big chunk on 1st down for the Cuse.
Love starting out the drive. Get your running back going. He's athletic, he's physical, he gets the edge. He has a chance to almost pop this Sean Tucker. You see him put his foot in the ground. Great movement over on the left side of the line. Great job by Maximilian Mang, the H-back, clearing that way. And now we got a 2nd and 6, a much more manageable situation for Garrett Schrader.
Sean Tucker, 2nd in the nation in yards from scrimmage per game this year, over 170 a night. This time, though, he's going nowhere. No gain for Tucker. Skylar Thomas comes down from his safety position to make the stop.
Safeties everywhere on the field, flying down, making a play. Now a big opportunity here for this Liberty defense. Can they get a stop, get the ball back, or can Garrett Schrader get his first completion here and move the chains?
Yes, he went 3 and out on their first drive. They did have a penalty that pushed them back after they took a shot on 1st down. Too wide on either side for Garrett Schrader. Looks to throw, and he's got the first down. Taj Harris back in style. First down, Cuse.
Nice rhythm throw. Taj Harris driving off the ball, does a good job creating separation, turns around, catches it with his hands, controls the ball, falls forward, first down, Cuse.
This time Schrader keeps it on the RPO, doesn't give it to Tucker. That's a good diversion, and Schrader's got a first down. First time he keeps it with his legs, and the 230-pound bruiser takes it 15 yards.
Now we're seeing some of this speed in the Syracuse offense, back on the ball, ready to go again. Great job with the RPO by Schrader. He gives them that element that DeVito really doesn't.
Oh, it's feeling like the glory days of the Dino Babers offense. Orange is the new fast. Speaking of fast, Sean Tucker's a track star. Another first down for the Orange on the ground.
They keep hitting on the RPO, and if you have the threat of the quarterback run through, it's going to continue to open up Tucker. You need to make sure you have 2 and 3 hats on the ball to take him down. He has speed, he has power, he can break open field tackles, and now this Cuse offense is driving.
Sean Tucker is now above 1,000 yards in his Syracuse career on the ground. There's some talk about getting him potentially in that illustrious number 44. If you were betting, it only took us 7.5 minutes to say it, but this time he's going absolutely nowhere. Ahmad Walker, the linebacker, comes in. It's a loss of 2 for Tucker on first down.
Great play by the freshman Ahmad Walker, getting through the line of scrimmage, beating one of the guards, and bringing down a running back in Sean Tucker, who doesn't like to go down in the backfield.
Yeah, last week, Sean Tucker, as Taylor said off the top, was unbelievable against Albany. First player in SU history to go over the century mark in both rushing and receiving in a single game. 5 total touchdowns, too.
This is what we're starting to see now, Drew, a little change of pace by Syracuse, and this is what Dino Babers wanted to do this year.
Schrader flushed, rolling to his left. He can run, as he showed us. Schrader near the first down marker. He's lit up. Skylar Thomas comes down, lays the boom, and lets us all get a good look at that immaculate beard from Garrett Schrader.
Skylar Thomas, the Washington State transfer, and it looked a little bit like Garrett Schrader wasn't ready for the snap. All of a sudden, boom, here's the ball. What am I supposed to do? Take off, use that athleticism, get to the sideline. Get down, sir. Get down. You're playing a heck of a football game. Don't you put yourself in a position to be susceptible to those hits, as it looks like we're going to review targeting now.
Well, Schrader had to come off the field because he lost his helmet. DeVito came into the game, and immediately there was a chorus of boos from the SU fans. But a timeout on the field as we take a look at that last hit. Schrader seems okay, and the Cuse is rolling in the dome. Garrett Schrader just took a shot from Skylar Thomas. His helmet popped off. We're going to show you the replay. They reviewed this for targeting, Bobby, and they said no targeting.
And it's a good job. I'd like to see Skylar wrap his arms right there, but his head's to the side, shoulder right to the chest. His helmet pops off when he hits the ground. It's a violent hit. It's a violent collision, but this is the game of football. Kept it between the rules. It didn't lower the crown of his helmet into the head or neck area.
All right, so you might be thinking at home, why is Garrett Schrader allowed to play this next snap? Because he lost his helmet. Well, Syracuse opted to use a timeout to keep Garrett Schrader in the game. Coming in with quarterback controversy, that says a lot about how they feel about Garrett Schrader. They burned a timeout to keep him in the game. It's 3rd down and 2 for SU. He's picked up 1 with his legs already. Again, trouble with the snap, and this time Schrader blown up in the backfield. Ralphs Rusins, the redshirt senior from Latvia, comes in to lay the boom, loss of 2.
And it's a high snap. It puts Schrader behind the 8 ball. He tries to do the best he can when he tries to cut back, but Rusins backdoors the block, is able to grab him and take him down. And now we're going to see a field goal unit coming on.
Here we go.
Nice little 52-yarder. You know what the good news is, Drew, is the weather's always the same indoors.
I have heard that, and thankfully, here in Central New York. Andre Schmidt out to attempt a 52-yard field goal. His long this year is 48. He's a former Lou Groza Award winner back in his redshirt freshman season. Schmidt's kick is on the way. It's leaning, and it just bends to the left of the post. So 2 successful drives for both teams, 2 missed field goals. Still scoreless at the Dome. Syracuse and Liberty have both pieced together 9-play drives at the Carrier Dome, but still scoreless on a Friday night as Malik Willis and the Flames head back out on offense. Willis on the quick throw. This could be a double pass. C.J. Daniels, the wide receiver, couldn't find another wide receiver. He goes back to the quarterback. Willis, in a type of Philly special-esque play, has a first down.
That is not how that play was designed. It was the double pass. They were looking for the post on the backside. All of a sudden, you start running around. Hey, there's a guy that's open. It's my quarterback. He's a pretty good runner with the football. Let me just pitch it up there to him. They're not trying to put Malik Willis in harm's way more than they have to, and I guarantee you Hugh Freeze was holding his breath on that play.
That's a 13-yard gain for the quarterback, who's typically on the other end of those exchanges, but it's good enough for a first down Liberty. Running back is Joshua Mack. He gets the call on first down, and Mack, the native of Rochester, New York, has a 4-yard gain on first down with about 20 family members in attendance tonight.
So Mack's a little bit bigger, more physical back. He's kind of the bell cow. Hugh Freeze referred to him as the grinder, and so when they're starting to put together some of these drives, maybe not quite as explosive as the other guys, but he can really hammer the football. Transferred in from Maine, very, very physical runner for the Flames.
He's got the awesome rec specs too. It looks a little like Urkel back there behind the face mask. Matt gets the call again on second down. In a pile, picks up about half the yardage he needs. It'll bring up another third down and short for Liberty.
Both of these teams, Drew, running the ball a lot more, I think, than we believed they would, especially in the past, as they're going quick again. So Malik Willis is calling for the ball.
Willis back in the gun on third down and 3. Wants it right sideline. Garrett Williams says no, sir.
Looking for C.J. Daniels, his big target on the outside. The 6'1", 195-pound redshirt freshman locked up. Very, very solid coverage as he was battling against Garrett Williams. He's the leader of that secondary room. He runs the film, he does it all, and he comes up with a big PBU on third down.
Yeah, Garrett Williams, a potential first-round pick. Remember, that SU secondary put 3 guys in the NFL last year. Williams is kind of the next man up in that secondary. Max Morgan out to punt for Liberty. A punt fair caught by Courtney Jackson. Syracuse sets up shop inside their own 20 after the 32-yard punt. There is a flag on the field.
It's like to be holding against the orange here on the change of possession.
Well, the ball was already at the 16-yard line for Syracuse. Hey folks, here's our Week 4 college football lineup for tomorrow. Virginia Tech and Richmond are on ACC Network, and New Hampshire, Pittsburgh on ACC Network Extra to start the day at noon Eastern. Then it's Kansas and Duke from Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, and the day is capped off by our ACC Network prime time matchup presented by Geico. Georgia Tech hosting number 21 North Carolina.
Georgia Tech coming off a big game against Clemson when they had a shot to win. Goal line stand by the Tigers to deny them an opportunity to tie that game up.
Yeah, nearly a huge win for the Yellow Jackets. As the Orange start from their own 8-yard line, Garrett Schrader has played every snap for the Cuse so far. Movement up front and back up the Cuse a little bit more. It's the tight end Maximilian Meng.
You know what's interesting? The tight end room, they've got these unique animal nicknames. It's like some sort of spirit guide thing going over there. Maximilian Meng, they call him the burrowing bear. Right there, he looked a little anxious, like a nervous Nelly jumping off sides.
Yeah, the Berlin Bear from Germany, 6'7", 265. So first down and long for Syracuse. They keep it on the ground with Sean Tucker right up the middle. Now, Meng is the Berlin Bear. Luke Benson, who we haven't seen tonight, out with an injury. They call him Roadrunner because he's really fast. And the guy who started it all is Chris Elmore, also not playing tonight. They call him Rhino.
And since we're talking about the tight ends, legendary Cuse tight end John Mackey today is his birthday. So talented. The position award carries his name for college football. The Mackey Award given annually to the best tight end.
Yeah, John Mackey would have been 80 years old today, a Syracuse legend. Second and 10, again, trouble with the snap for Schrader, so he gives it to Tucker. And Tucker can't find a lot of room again against this Liberty defense, allowing below 2 yards per carry this season. There is a flag on the field. Curious
to see if this is holding, potentially face mask. Flames players are clapping, so it looks like it's going to be on the orange. Working on Carlos Vettorello right there, gets it up into his grill a little bit, pops his helmet off. Big first down though. Bad mistake by Liberty. They have Syracuse backed up. You got a chance to get off and maybe get the ball the 50-yard line.
Again, the give goes to Tucker on first down, and again, several Flames in there to make the stop. So that's a huge penalty against Liberty, Bobby, because as you said, Syracuse was backed up right on their own doorstep.
They'd be punting out of their own end zone, Drew. It would have been a very bad situation. You give them a 15-yarder like that, it helps give them field position, give them confidence. The one thing Syracuse is going to have to get figured out, though, is this snapping situation. Is Derek Schrader, he's doing his best job back there, but he looks like a shortstop trying to field these snaps.
Aaron Service is the center. He's back there after he flip-flopped with Carlos Vettorello, who's now playing right tackle. Schrader on the screen to Tucker. Look out. Lots of green grass in front for the man with sprinter speed. He's got a first down near the 45, gain of 19.
So if it's not working in the running game, Dino Babers, let's go to the screen game. We'll get the ball to our most talented weapon underneath and let him do the work. They have about 5 to 7 screen concepts they like to work on, and when you get Sean Tucker in the open field with his speed, Drew, he's going to gobble up some yards.
Dino Babers says he's like a Timex. He just keeps on ticking. Schrader on the give. This time the running back is Abdul Adams, one of 3 running backs who will rotate in behind Tucker, and he's near a first down himself.
And so this is where you go back to that hands in the face penalty. All of a sudden you give an offense some life. You've been shutting them down, and all of a sudden, bam, you get a screen. Now you're ripping off runs of 10 yards, and this orange offense is rolling, crossing over into the 50 into Liberty territory.
Adams, the transfer from Oklahoma. Now a redshirt senior. It's another first down and 10 for SU. Schrader right over that block S. Looks to throw on first down. Wants it all, right sideline. Harris was there. Schrader threw it a little short.
Threw a little short, had some pressure in his face. They were bringing Rashad Harding, one of the middle linebackers, and both of these teams run an odd front, Drew. And what that means, they have 3 down linemen, and they have a multitude of linebackers and safeties they like to bring pressure with. It's going to be a challenge for both quarterbacks tonight and these offensive lines to continue to pick up the added blitzers.
Yeah, both of these teams start a man they call the rover position, kind of a hybrid between a linebacker and a defensive back. Schrader is 3 for 6 tonight for 34 yards. Here comes the blitz. There's the screen, just how they drew it up. Adams on the catch. Adams making men miss. Near the first down marker again. Darrell Johnson finally brought down Abdul Adams, who looks phenomenal, and he moves the sticks.
So they bring Trayshawn Clark, number 10, off the edge. No rush move is that good that you're that free. They flip it out there to Abdul Adams, and look at the moves in the open field, picking up some big gains as we have another snap issue. The Orange are lucky right now. Derek Schrader's a heck of an athlete.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lesser athlete would be able to handle these snaps, and the problem is, Drew, you're burning downs with that. You're first and 10. You cross the 40-yard line, you're beginning to move the football, and then you give it down away, and now it's 2nd and 12.
And it's a little surprising, Bobby, because Aaron Service, who you see right now with the lettuce flowing out of that orange helmet, he's a redshirt senior in his 53rd consecutive start. He's played a little left tackle, a little right tackle, but center is really home for him, and they cannot figure out this exchange in the shotgun. This time Schrader's got it, looks to throw, left sideline. Damian Alford makes the catch. And he's got lots of more yards. Alford, the freshman out of Montreal, Quebec, moves the sticks again for Syracuse, putting together a nice little drive here.
And he's the one that had the 73-yarder last week. They took the shot against him early in the game. You have to respect the speed. Runs a little fade stop, turns around right there. Does a great job after the catch, picking up some nice yardage.
19-yard gain for Alford. First down SU in the red zone as we start the second quarter.
ACC Network College Football Primetime is presented by delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
has been back in the day and how many great players came through this program, you're missing out. Here's Sean Tucker. He could be a great player for SU in the future. Near the first down marker, Sean Tucker, another carry, and he starts the second quarter with a nice game.
Terrific job by the Syracuse offensive line, punching a hole. Look at the lane he has to run through, running downhill. If you're going to give a running back like Tucker that much space, it's going to be a first down.
Here comes the 10th play of this drive for Syracuse. Tucker straight up the gut, sheds one tackler. Tucker is still on his feet, and he's finally twisted down.
What an effort by Elijah James. The 6'5", 300-pound senior, 55, sheds his blocker, dives across the middle, tries to bring down Tucker. Tucker's legs too strong.
Tucker's out there along with Abdul Adams. Syracuse goes 2 running backs for second down and goal. Schrader keeps it after he faked it to Tucker. Sheds one tackle. Schrader dives. He's close.
Down to the 1. They go to a pony set. 2 running backs in the backfield. You fake it across to Tucker. You send your other back out there to lead. Great play right there by Rashad Harding getting down as they sneak it in for a touchdown.
Garrett Schrader uses that 6'4" frame and leaps into the end zone for the first points tonight.
And listen to this crowd. The student section is going wild. The Carrier Dome is lit. They dropped the lights, the pyrotechnics, all the stuff they got going on in here, Drew. This is absolutely amazing. But that is the element that Garrett Schrader gives you that you don't necessarily have with Tommy DeVito. The running, the size, the physicality, and the will to get into the end zone while taking a shot.
Yeah, Schrader, 6'4", 230, and he leads Syracuse on a tremendous drive. 12 plays, 92 yards, over 5 minutes. And SU strikes first in the Loud House. Extra point is good from Andre Schmidt, and the Orange have some life on Friday. The Syracuse skyline has a nice new cherry on top. The renovated Carrier Dome, $120 million into this building, and it looks beautiful, Bobby.
It does look fantastic. Outside, you can see all the new architecture. You can feel it inside. They've done a great job renovating it. The new Jumbotron, the lighting in here, it's fantastic. And even though, Drew, Billy Joel may have his name hanging from the banners, it was Garrett Schrader that started the fire tonight, sir.
See, for the folks at home, what just happened is I can't acknowledge when Bobby Carpenter says something like that. On the kickoff, it's Jedrill Lewis to return it for Liberty. Flag on the field as he's pushed out of bounds near the 25-yard line. All right, so Liberty's got some work to do as Malik Willis leads the Flames offense back out onto the field. Syracuse just put together a 12-play, 92-yard drive in more than 5 minutes, ended with a touchdown.
And so now it's Liberty's turn to be backed up, and with the quarter flip, they're going to be down here in the end zone of the student section. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a raucous environment. We saw a pre-snap penalty already, and let's not forget, we're still early into this 2021 season. There were no fans last year, and the Carrier Dome is rocking over here in the student section.
It is a whiteout on a Friday night. Malik Willis says, we expect it to be loud, but that's good. That's fun. The crowd is just there to watch. They're not really involved in the game. We'll see if that's true. After a lot of window dressing in the backfield, Demario Douglas ends up with the rock, and it's a 2-yard gain.
A quick twitch wide receiver. They line him up in the slot. They'll move him around a little bit, getting him involved in the running game, trying to steal one on a nice drive starter. I like what Hugh Freeze and Ken Austin are calling up.
Ken Austin, the offensive coordinator, said Hugh Freeze is the best play caller he's ever worked with. You've seen the results at Liberty. They've won 15 of their past 16 over the 2 seasons. 3 wide right for Willis. Looking to throw on 2nd down and 8. That pass complete. Chestnut is there to erase any chance of yards after the catch for C.J. Daniels.
And that was a quick game pass to Willis's left. Something when he got to Liberty he wasn't very good at. He worked with quarterbacks coach and coordinator Kent Austin to get that established. The technique, flip his hips over there, get his shoulder down, and deliver a strike. Big 3rd down. for the Orange.
That was just the second completion of the game for Willis.
So watch the Orange defense move around, Drew. What they're trying to do here is they call those show on one side and then spoke it and bring the pressure from the other. It's like a little yo-yo back and forth.
Look at all the movement from the SU defense. They bring 4. Willis on third down has to escape, and he's tackled at the legs by Mikel Jones. The leader of the defense makes a huge play.
He's the emotional leader. He's the communicator. Tony White called him Superman. He said he's like Clark Kent off the field, but when he's on there, he's a madman. He's spying. You can see him creeping up there, find the open space, take it away. Great job, because I'll tell you this, bringing down Malik Willis is no small task.
Yeah, that is a tough guy to tackle, Bobby. Malik Willis, the comparisons to Lamar Jackson have been out there. Lamar Jackson came to the Carrier Dome on a Friday night a few years ago and ripped this Syracuse defense to shreds. Kick from Max Morgan to Courtney Jackson, fair catch at his own 45-yard line. Syracuse back on offense, and we're going to show you just how cool this new Carrier Dome is. It's incandescent, you might say. That's next.
Welcome back to Syracuse, everybody. We've discussed on this broadcast some renovations inside the Carrier Dome, but there's also a few outside as well. I'm with Vice President of Facilities, Pete Sala. Now, Pete, how can you possibly turn those lights on outside from in here?
Let me see what I can do.
We're going to get a sneak peek.
And let's go orange and blue.
We're going orange and blue for the fan base. The outside of the dome, which is typically lit up white.
Do a little something else. Staying in control. Let's go red, white, and blue.
Patriotic. Okay, we're mixing it up.
Tell you what, let's do something special. Let's wrap the building.
Wrap the building. I don't even know what that means.
Sean Tucker on the give. Let's go back to Taylor. What do you got?
It's happening. His face is lighting up just like the building is. Pete, what would you say are the overall goals of these renovations?
It's always about fan experience. We want the best facility in the country. And I think the things we did just brought us to another level. It's a brand new building. Very exciting.
It looks fantastic. Great job. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Taylor Davis and Pete Sala with just some technological wonders with the walkie-talkie as Garrett Schrader keeps it on the ground for Syracuse and picks up another first down. That was a pretty cool light show there.
Oh, some great features of the stadium. You see the rotating lights, unbelievable environment, and we're looking at some great features of the Syracuse offense. Garrett Schrader giving him his legs to be able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, Garrett Schrader looking to light up the scoreboard here at the Carrier Dome. First down and 10. He has looked tremendous in his first start with SU. The give goes to Sean Tucker, and on first down he finds a crease and picks up 4 yards.
The Syracuse offensive line is beginning to get a nice push here, and you can see that impacting the Flames' front seven. They're getting that push. Sean Tucker has enough space. Boom, puts his foot in the ground, picking up 4 and 5 yards on first down. And this is what I like about what Dino Babers has done. It used to be, orange is the new fast. Now we're going to slow it down. We'll go a little up tempo. We'll go some medium tempo. Sometimes we'll slow it down, change the pace of the game, and that upsets the defense sometimes even more than just going quick.
Yeah, Bobby, 18 carries for Syracuse, just 8 passes. This time they will throw. Schrader wants to over the middle. Lots of contact and a flag flies. He was looking for Anthony Quealy. Javon Scruggs in there on the coverage.
Javon Scruggs, the vocal leader of that Liberty secondary. He was close. We'll take another look at this. He was right there just a little bit early as he tries to cut him off. The thing is, if Scruggs goes for the ball, I think he might have been able to have an interception right there.
Yeah, that was a risky throw from Garrett Schrader. And you'd expect Syracuse to go right back to the ground game. They've got 84 rushing yards already. Liberty on average gives up just 58 per game. We're early in the second quarter. Tucker behind Schrader. He gets the call. Tucker is dangerous. There he goes. Sean Tucker to the crib. House call for the Cuse.
Untouched, 27 yards. Sean Tucker behind the big left side of that offensive line, clearing the way. And they're getting rowdy here in the Carrier Dome. Behind center, one cut, foot in the ground, gets vertical, and there's not a soul in sight. Using that speed, the 60-meter indoor champ in the state of Maryland. Once you give him that type of space, Drew, it's off to the races. And those are races you're not going to win, by the way.
Not against Sean Tucker. It's a 27-yard score, 11 carries, 72 yards already for the freshman out of Maryland. Andre Schmidt, who's 1 for 1 tonight, he was 8 for 8 on extra points last week against Albany, knocks it through, and Syracuse behind Sean Tucker and Garrett Schrader is rolling on offense against Liberty. Welcome back to ACC Network Football, presented by Dr. Pepper. Syracuse leads 14-zip over Liberty. Our Week 4 college football lineup for tomorrow: Virginia Tech and Richmond are on ACC Network, and New Hampshire, Pittsburgh on ACC Network Extra to start the day at noon Eastern. Later in the day, we've got Kansas, Duke, and Georgia Tech, North Carolina. As the Flames go back on offense, Shedro Lewis wrangled down at the 10, but there is a flag on the field. Stephon Thompson in on the stop.
That flag looks to be on Liberty. Going to be backed up even further. Once again, Drew now down. Down in that white outed section of the students in the stands. Oh, that's a block in the back. Absolutely right there. Great call by the officials.
Jalen Jimerson, the guilty party there. And by the way, Bobby, Stephon Thompson is a starting linebacker for the Syracuse defense. 3 phases to the game. SU emphasizes special teams.
Well, that's one of the advantages of going a little slower. You guys don't get quite as many snaps on offense and defense, and you can use some of your starters on special teams.
This is Liberty's second consecutive drive starting inside the 10-yard line, and they are right up against that Syracuse student section. Willis on the screen. Lots of Cuse defenders in there to blow it up. Demario Douglas, the little water bug, trying to break free. Justin Barron is there on the stop.
He's Willis's favorite target. He's talented. He's athletic. Throwing the bubble screen in your own end zone, that's a little risky if that ball's back behind the line of scrimmage. It could have been a safety if it went out of bounds.
Malik Willis now 2 for 4 for 8 yards through the air. Joshua Mack is the running back. They give it to him on 2nd down and 7. Gain of 4. Here's another 3rd down, Bobby.
He's the grinder. He's the one trying to chew up some yards. They initially just wanted to create a little space. So 3rd and short, this is manageable. We talked about the gotta-have-it situations, the chain movers, if you will. That's when they like to dial up Malik Willis and use his legs and his big physical running style with an added blocker.
Liberty is 1 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Willis keeps it. Willis has room, looking left edge, breaks 1 tackle, and has a 1st down. Justin Barron finally pushes him out for Syracuse.
Tony White called him like another running back on the field, and you see him here. It's a good tackling attempt, but he's too big, he's too strong. You get him on the perimeter, they're going to move the chains.
That was Jason Simmons, 14, who couldn't bring him down. Fresh set for Liberty. Willis airs it out, and he's got his man. Catch made by C.J. Daniels, who had a couple touchdowns last week against Old Dominion.
What a pass by Malik Willis, getting it done with his legs the play before, now hitting the money shot right there in the window. Looks like it's a cover 2 defense, a corner trailing. Safety can't get there over the top in time.
And the Flames are heating up the tempo here. They give it to Joshua Mack, who is wrestled down near the line of scrimmage by Caleb Okechukwu. This is a Syracuse defense, Bobby, that's going to rotate 6 or 7 guys in that front 3 of the odd front.
Absolutely. They want to try to rotate those guys, keep them fresh, allow them to continue to make plays. Okechukwu, last week, big game, had a tackle and a fumble recovery, so being very productive once again.
Yeah, especially when they crank up this pace for Liberty, that's important for Syracuse to rotate in bodies.
Watch the movement.
Willis, short pass dropped. That was dangerous. Jerome Jackson, the tight end, nearly had it in his grasp, and it could have been picked off by Deuce Chestnut right behind him.
Well, and this is what Syracuse is doing. As you watch, they move late, they're shifting late, rolling their coverage back and forth. And when you do that, sometimes you confuse the receivers, the tight ends. Jerome Jackson didn't have a good feel for it, slips right through his hands. 3rd and 10. for the Liberty Flames. It is getting loud in the Carrier Dome. Willis checking at the line. Pressure showing.
Willis to throw. Here comes the heat, and down goes Willis. Garrett Williams, the quarterback, comes in to bring him down.
Jeff Kenton-Arku right there, they call him GCA, getting pressure up the middle, flushed him, and you almost have to have 2 free rushers. As you can see, he's got a powerful stiff arm, he can get away. Great job dialing up by Tony White, pressure on a 3rd and 10, big sack, huge loss of yardage, and now Syracuse with an opportunity, Tony, to tax on some more points here before halftime.
Check that, Kingsley Jonathan on the stop. He's dealt with some injuries, the senior DN for Syracuse. Looks healthy now. Courtney Jackson lets it bounce, thought about it. And Syracuse is going to start at the 25-yard line. The SU defense, as advertised. 49-yard punt for Liberty. Malik Willis might be seeing ghosts at the Carrier Dome. Orange back on offense. First night game with fans at a newly renovated Carrier Dome, and Kingsley Jonathan in Syracuse feeling good right now. This is a defense, Bobby, that's allowed under 200 yards in back-to-back games, doing the same thing tonight. 2
great defenses coming in tonight. One of them's held up there into the bargain, the other hasn't. And it's the scoring defense that I'm looking at. Almost 17 points a game, but tonight they're pitching a goose egg.
That's a supercharged Liberty offense led by Malik Willis, who could be a top 10 pick in the upcoming draft. Syracuse opts to keep it on the ground as they have done often tonight. Sean Tucker picks up 5 yards on first down.
And the surge of the orange line is beginning to take over. This is a critical drive for Liberty. They're down 14 points. They've been on the field a lot in the second quarter. They need to try to get a 3 and out here to get their ball back for the offense, get the defense on the sideline, get them some rest, and maybe try to get some points before half.
Dino Babers told us they want to live by the run. They just haven't really had the guys to do it so far in his tenure. Now they do have Sean Tucker. They fake the give to him, and Garrett Schrader picks up nothing on the QB keeper, Darrell Johnson, on the stop for the Flames.
And that was a great job by Schrader right there. Good job on the keep. Shoestring tackle. But it's not just Sean Tucker. Garrett Schrader's legs gives them that added element. It's opened up some lanes for Tucker because you just don't have one threat now in the backfield, Drew, to run the football. You have a quarterback who's large and is athletic and can gobble up yards if you let him.
He's 6'4", 230, the transfer from Mississippi State, already with 8 carries for 33 yards and a score tonight. Schrader to throw on 3rd down and 5. Flush to his left. Now he's got time. Wisely gets rid of it.
Buying time, did a great job sliding to his left. Seen a little pressure there by Story Jackson. The Prairie View transfer off the edge. That's what Liberty needed. They could not allow them to pick up yards right there, pick up a first down for Syracuse. They had one great play to start. You have the shoestring tackle. It's a 3rd and 5. I'd almost prefer to see Garrett Schrader pull it down right there and use his athleticism, use his legs. He's been almost unstoppable when he's broke the pocket tonight.
And Bobby, Syracuse scored touchdowns on each of their last 2 drives. Now Liberty forces a 3 and out, and they get the rock back. James Williams sends a booming kick high into the sky with a new roof here at the Carrier Dome. Received by Demario Douglas, who loops back and can't make it past his own 25-yard line. 54-yard punt for Williams, 8-yard return.
Booming punt. Over the top, did a great job flipping field position. Give your defense, a well-rested Orange defense, a nice 75 yards or so to defend.
That's Jeff Kenton-Arku on the stop, the sophomore out of Quebec. Hey, every Saturday morning, The Huddle with Jordan Cornette, Eric McLean, EJ Manuel, and Mark Rick gets you ready for ACC football. They'll preview the slate of games and keep you updated on all things ACC. 10 a.m. Eastern right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. Malik Willis back to work for Liberty.
Showing pressure again.
Shedro Lewis is the running back. Syracuse brings the extra pressure, and Lewis can't find a whole lot of room to run. 2-yard gain at most. Marlowe Wax in there first for SU, the freshman from Baltimore.
It was a nice job by Hugh Freeze, identifying the pressure, running away from it, but a great job by that Orange defensive line, gobbling up gaps, not allowing it or any surge down the field, hold it to a 2-yard gain.
Hugh Freeze knew this Syracuse defense was different from the one they saw last year and really tore to shreds on the ground. 338 rushing yards last season for Liberty here. Willis pulls it out of Lewis's belly. Willis rolling to his right. Jonathan's there again. Willis sheds him, puts his shoulder down. He's near the first down marker.
I'm not sure what you do on defense for that one. You got your quarterback one-on-one, but when the quarterback runs like a running back, it puts you in a rough situation. It looks like the Flames are going quick here on 3rd down.
7-yard gain for Willis on 2nd down. It's 3rd down and short for Liberty. They're 2 for 6 on 3rd down tonight. The crowd's been a factor. Willis keeps, and Willis picks up the first down.
They love the quarterback on the chain movers. 3rd and short, down in the red zone. When yards are at a premium, they're going to lean on Malik Willis. They're doing it again. He has almost come up aces every time they've asked him to. He's a fantastic athlete, but you don't want to make a living running your quarterback. I guarantee you Hugh Freeze wants to start getting some other people involved.
Yeah, Willis averaging 75 yards per game on the ground this year, 3rd most in America among quarterbacks. After the 3rd down conversion, he looks to throw, fires a bullet down the sideline, and he's got his man. Trayon Sibley with the catch for a first down for the Flames.
And that's the window shot into cover 2. To his left side, throws a rocket right there in between the corner and the safety to Sibley. Nice ball. They've been daring you to throw it out there. They're overloading the run, and a good job by Willis taking advantage of it.
22-yard gain on 1st down, and now the Flames into orange territory, piecing together a nice drive. Willis again on the RPO. This time he lets Lewis take it. He's inside the 40. Caleb Okechukwu is in there again on the stop after a 3-yard gain.
This is important right there. You got to get other people involved. Good job getting Shedro Lewis involved. Another running back picking up 3 yards, staying ahead of the chains, not asking your quarterback to be Superman on 3rd down. Give him a manageable situation.
You say Superman there. Dino Baber says Lamar Jackson was like Superman. This guy's like the Incredible Hulk. He's not going to jump over you. He's going to go through you, Malik Willis, who's built at 6'1", 225.
And an interesting development for Liberty, going 2 tight end sets using Johnny Huntley and Jerome Jackson on the field. Using a little power running attack with 2 tight ends. 3
on the play clock as the crowd gets loud again. Lewis on the carry. Stutter step near the first down marker.
And it's not a formation or a personnel grouping you see a lot of anymore, Drew. Most teams go 3 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers. They've been running 2 tight ends for a number of plays now, trying to mix it up, be a little more physical, give their quarterback more time, and open up some of those running lanes, and it's worked the last couple of plays.
Liberty content to keep it on the ground so far. That's 20 carries, only 8 pass attempts.
Shifting, bring a little more pressure.
Willis wants to exploit it. Quick release, down the sideline. That pass is caught. Noah Frith inside the 10-yard line. Garrett Williams on the coverage. Big chunk for the Flames.
And a great catch by Noah Frith. A great ball by Malik Willis. And Drew, Noah Frith, he's got a splint on his hand. He was injured last week. They've had a lot of injury issues. They're going to probably take a look at this to see if he had possession before he went out of bounds.
And they're going to take another look, as you said, Bobby. Malik Willis, by the way, just crossed the 3,000 career passing yards mark, and what a throw to do it on. That was a dime to Frith.
Well, we'll see if he gets it. They may be taking this one back, but a nice ball on the perimeter there. Good job by Frith going, getting it. Possession. Unless that ball wobbles a little bit, it looks like he has it, and maybe even gets a second foot down. If so, that is a tremendous catch. And the coverage by Garrett Williams was great. I mean, he's their best corner. He did a terrific job walling him to the sideline. I don't know what else you could ask him to do. It's tough to beat a perfect throw and an acrobatic catch.
Only thing you could ask him to do is be taller. Noah Frith is 6'4", Williams 6 foot even.
And 6 feet, that's a tall corner.
Yeah.
That's a tall corner, but that height disparity is impressive. And Frith, I keep going back, he's got a splint on his hand. Let's take another look.
The question here, Bobby, is does he have control when that right foot comes down for the first time?
And it's tough to see. It looks like, okay, unless he bobbles it, we're going to give him control there. Right foot, and it looks like he even gets the left foot down inside his toe. It looks like they're going to keep it here.
They've spotted the ball at the 7-yard line, and all that does is get this crowd more riled up.
But the good news for Liberty, they're not down in the student section, and they finally were able to get out of there. They had a lot of procedural issues. It was tough to communicate. But the Carrier Dome's getting loud. The Syracuse Orange have been rolling. This is the environment you want to see on Friday night on a college campus.
It's a 25-yard pass to Frith that sets Liberty up with first down and goal. Willis on the 8th play of the drive, swings it out to Lewis. Shedro Lewis is in. Touchdown Flames.
Hugh Freeze using a little bit of Dino Babers' own medicine against him right there, getting the running backs heavily involved in the screen game. You flip a little swing out to Shedro Lewis. He's a special athlete. They package plays for him. You put him on the perimeter with a one-on-one. It's going to be tough to bring him down before he finds the end zone.
Shedro Lewis scored twice on this field last year when Liberty came into the Carrier Dome and beat him 38-21.
Got ourselves a football game.
Let's go, Bobby. Alex Barbier on the extra point for the Flames. Splits them. And so Syracuse has 93 seconds to try to respond after the 8-play, 76-yard drive, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, capped off by this 7-yard touchdown pass from number 7 to Shedro Lewis.
Flips it out there to Shedro Lewis. Great blocking on the perimeter. 81 Noah Frith, who gets him down there, does a great job blocking right in the end zone. Gives Lewis a little bit of space. Does his best pirouette falling into the end zone.
Lewis with a little Cirque du Soleil audition on the entrance into the end zone.
A little Cirque du Soleil right there, spinning around. The acrobat himself. Let's take a look here. A minute 33. Set up the scenario. You're Dino Babers. You've got a 7-point lead. Your offense has played pretty well. You have a quarterback who's been playing pretty well tonight, using his legs. If you can keep the snaps under control, I think this is a situation where you want to try to be ultra aggressive, tack on some more points before the half. When talking to Dino Babers before, typically they've had their quarterbacks rotation preset during the game. Today he said it was going to be a little bit more of a feel situation. I think he's feeling Mr. Schrader right now.
Garrett Schrader's got the hot hand for sure.
And the hot legs.
That's right. He's played every single snap for Syracuse on offense. Don't expect anything different on this last drive as Syracuse tries to tack on some more. Courtney Jackson lets it bounce through the end zone on the kick from Alex Barbier. All right, Bobby, we've seen Syracuse keep it on the ground a lot so far today. 21 rushes, just 9 pass attempts. With a minute 33 to go in the first half and 2 timeouts left, you think we see them keep it on the ground?
I would anticipate the first play being a screen or draw. That's a 2-minute situation. Gives the quarterback something easy. A lot of teams are thinking defensive, playing pass, getting out of there. You open up a lot of space for the running back to pick up some easy yards. If you pick up a first down, hey, you're off to the races. Green, green, green. Let's get this thing going.
Sean Tucker is the running back. He's always on green. One of the fastest players in the ACC. He gets the call on first down. Plants his foot, cuts up, 5-yard gain.
Nice healthy gain on first down. Green, 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 back at the line of scrimmage.
That's 15 touches in the first half for Sean Tucker. Offensive coordinator Sterling Gilbert said they don't have a set number, but 15 to 20 is probably the right neighborhood. Playing a team like Liberty, you got to ride that horse.
It's like Liberty playing a little man here.
On 2nd and 5, it's Tucker again. This time Tucker has a seam, and he's got a first down. Flipped head over heels by Deron Lowe, gain of 7.
They call Deron Lowe the quiet dog, but a great job by Tucker getting the perimeter. Fantastic job by Tisdale, the right tackle, sealing the edge of that offensive line, getting space out there and allowing Tucker to pick up some big yards.
It's Tucker again. This time it's a gain of 3 on first down, and now Syracuse has to start thinking about the clock. They're still in their own territory, and they call timeout. They've got 1 left with 43 seconds to play.
Well, bring your guys over, give them a little water, get them some gas. Now we're in a good situation. We've dug ourselves out of the, our own end zone, picked up about 15, 16 yards here on this drive. You've got a really good field goal kicker. Very talented field goal kicker, former Grozo Award winner. You might only need to pick up 30 yards before you feel like you're in a good spot for a field goal. So you want to be aggressive, but not too aggressive to where you turn the football over. You'd be very content going into halftime up 17-7.
Andre Schmidt's career long is 54 yards. He's the all-time Syracuse leader in field goals made. He took that over last week, surpassing Cole Murphy on the SU leaderboard. He is 0 for 1 tonight, though. And this Syracuse offense has been very tricky for the Liberty defense to figure out, Bobby.
It's well done, sir. The student section, they're rocking over there. Get those cows spinning. They want to quiet down now. Get your offense on the field. I'd be excited here to see Schrader use his legs. There's nothing more crippling to a defense than when you cover everybody on a 2-minute drill and the quarterback rips off a 15-yard run.
2nd down and 7 for the 41.
There's a little pressure here, filling up some of the gaps.
Yeah, Tucker gets a breather. Adams is the running back. Schrader to throw on 2nd down, and that pass is dropped. Sherrod Johnson wide open over that block S. That'll bring up 3rd down.
A little bit behind him. Not the best ball Schrader could have thrown, but it still should have been caught. So we take another look. Sir Schrader, good job reading the coverage. Finds it in the seam, just a little bit behind him. If he leads him a little more, probably a 15-yard gain.
Now you got to consider Liberty's got 2 timeouts and a dynamic quarterback. If SU doesn't pick up this 3rd down and 7, they're 2 for 5 on 3rd down. What could Liberty do offensively? Schrader pressured, floats it, looking for Adams on the screen. Trayshawn Clark on the pressure.
The pressure got it because the screen was there. If Schrader were able to buy a little more time and get the ball over the top, it could have been a nice game. He does a good job getting it out of his hands. You don't want to take a sack right there because that would have been a big loss to burn the timeout. But now you have the incompletion, no clock stoppage, 36 seconds left. I don't think Hugh Freeze will be ultra aggressive in this situation. They put together a nice drive, but did a lot of it running with some big chunk plays in the passing game. Might be content getting the ball to start the second half. Make sure you get out of this half with where it is, no more damage, and recover at halftime.
James Williams to kick it away for Syracuse. Demario Douglas on the return for Liberty, or non-return, and the Orange will let this one roll as the clock rolls as well. 36-yard punt for Williams in Syracuse. So what do you think here, Bobby? 23 seconds, 2 timeouts. You want to give it a go if you're Hugh Freeze?
I'm not a gambling man at this point in time. I think you've put together a pretty good game plan. You've weathered the storm. You got a big stop and you needed it. There's a chance if Syracuse would have put together a drive, it could have been 21-0. You answer it, you're down 14-7, and you get the ball back. This isn't a situation where you have to come out and play defense. Syracuse getting the opening kick. Liberty will take it, and they're going to take a knee wisely, I think, right here.
Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. And that's what Liberty does, is they are content to go to the locker room. Down by 7, they scored the last touchdown. Flames get the rock first, coming out of the locker room. Bobby Carpenter, we got a good one here.
Hey, Kenny Rogers on the call with me tonight. Fantastic job over there as we see everybody heading in the locker room. Really, really nice. Good football game played so far. Been very, very impressed. Both teams, very clean game as we head down to Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Well, Coach Babers, this week you told us you knew it would be a tall task for your defense to shut down a guy like Malik Willis. How have you seen them affect him in the first half?
I don't know if we affected him that much. He's still doing a lot of stuff, and he's doing a lot of damage out there. He's definitely the straw that stirs the drink, and he's a heck of a player.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, you decided to go with Garrett Schrader to start this game. What did you see from him in his first half?
I think he did some good things, obviously, but we still need him to do a little bit better. This is a close football game. We're going to need everybody to have a chance to beat this football team.
What would you like to see offensively second half?
More points.
Well said, guys.
I think Dino Babers might be onto something with that offensive strategy. The fans are loving it at the newly renovated Carrier Dome. First night game in the new Loud House, and Syracuse up 14-7 as we head to the break. All eyes in central New York on the Carrier Dome as Syracuse hosts its first night game in the newly renovated Loud House with fans in the building. And the Orange making them happy right now, up 14-7. Drew Carter back with Bobby Carpenter. And Bobby, a big reason why Syracuse moves the ball is the screen game.
Only 64 yards back. Of them coming to their running backs on the screens. As you see right here, getting it to the elite Sean Tucker, doing it out in the open space. Find Tucker once again. Schrader, it's an easy ball, gets your quarterback going, and then Adams is going to chip in as well, doing a great job on the slip screen, turning it up and picking up some big yardage.
It's a Liberty team that likes to bring a lot of pressure, Bobby, and Syracuse takes advantage of that in the screen game. The Orange offensively have been dynamic with Garrett Schrader now at the helm. Hugh Freeze's Flames offense, not quite so much. Both teams heavily emphasizing the run game.
Both teams running the ball. Syracuse very effective running the ball. And if you look at Liberty, doing a great job on the ground, a lot of that is Malik Willis, but he's also getting it done in the air. Not a ton of pass attempts, but he's made them count deep down the field.
Andre Schmidt kicks it away. We are underway at the Carrier Dome. Shedra Lewis with a fair catch. Let's go down to Taylor Davis.
Yeah, guys, I caught up with Hugh Freeze coming out of the locker room at halftime. He said, I'll be honest with you, we're playing average at best, and we're only down 7 points. So it's not that bad. He said he needs Malik Willis to settle in. That was the term he used multiple times. He said it's actually a lot louder than they anticipated. He asked me if they were pumping crowd noise because it's louder than he anticipated. He said the game plan will remain the same. He wants Malik to be Malik, continue to be that dual threat guy that they come to expect. I asked him who's providing his defense issues. He said, quote, that dang running back, obviously referring to Sean Tucker. He said they've got to find a way to slow him down, protect Malik Willis, and play Liberty football.
All right, good stuff, Taylor. Sean Tucker above 100 yards total for Syracuse on the other side. Flames start with it in the second half, and Willis completes it to Demario Douglas on the short pass. Near first down yardage, gain of 7. Justin Barron on the stop for Syracuse.
Demario Douglas, his favorite target, doing a good job. A little play action misdirection. You have the quarterback run threat there, but instead he flips it out to Douglas for a nice drive starter, an 8-yard gain.
Third catch of the night for Douglas. Second down and short. Willis under fire, and Willis brought down again. It's the third sack for the Cuse.
And a great job by the Cuse defense and defensive coordinator Tony White dialing up pressure, second and short. You feel like it's a shot play call. Run play action, he's looking down the field. At that point, no one's open, throw it away, Malik. Don't try to make something out of nothing. They were closing in on him. Phenomenal job, and now you're facing a 3rd and 7, and you're in the student section again coming out for this third quarter. It is getting loud, it is getting juiced up, the energy is flowing, it is spraying all over the field.
Willis is out of the game. Jonathan Bennett is the quarterback for Liberty. Bennett to throw on 3rd down and 7. Short pass to Douglas. He's going nowhere. So Malik Willis on the sideline as Jonathan Bennett comes in. Deuce Chestnut makes the stop. Willis had to fix his helmet, so Bennett came in for 3rd down and 7, and that play never had a chance, Bobby.
No, and I'm surprised they even let him throw. The last thing you want to do is bring in a cold quarterback on a 3rd and long when you're backed up in your own end zone or in your own territory. Heaven forbid you have a turnover, a fumble, interception, whatever it might be. Great job by Deuce Chestnut driving the ball and bringing down Demario Douglas.
So it's a 3 and out to start the second half for Liberty. A drive that elapses barely a minute off the clock. Max Morgan to punt it away for the Flames. Courtney Jackson on the return. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it right around his own 25-yard line. 45-yard punt.
The Syracuse defense has been impressive in the first half. Coming into the game, they were one of the tops here in the nation, doing a great job in total defense, doing a great job in scoring defense, and really good in rushing defense, and they've held up their end of the bargain for the most part.
Yeah, giving Willis fits. Remember, Malik Willis came in here and made pretty quick work of this SU defense. 338 yards on the ground for the Flames, and Willis was the straw that stirred the drink, as Dino Babers said. That Syracuse defense allowing half as many yards per game as they did last season, going from last to first in the ACC. Sean Tucker, who was the bell cow in that first half, gets the carry and picks up 3 on first down.
That's something that Hugh Freeze talked to us about. He's like, this defense is far better this year than the one we saw last season. They're doing a great job running the football. They're swarming. Great pressure on Malik Willis, not letting him getting going. And now we'll see if this Orange running game can get going behind Sean Tucker once again.
Garrett Schrader gives to Tucker. Tucker's got first down yardage for Syracuse. Trayshawn Clark on the stop for Liberty, but it's Tucker again, who's up to 17 carries tonight. That one goes for 7.
And they said the magic number. Coach Sterling Gilbert, their offensive coordinator, 15 to 20 touches. I think we're going to far exceed that 20 number tonight. You got to keep feeding this guy.
He's got 19 total touches. Over 100 yards on the night. Tucker again following his blocks, burrowing forward for another solid gain. Story Jackson, Liberty's leading tackler, finally yanks him down.
And Drew, look at the surge they got right up the middle behind Aaron Service. He's started 1 million games for this Orange offense. He's big, he's physical, and they're just following him for 8 yards a pop.
Sean Tucker, this time they don't give it to him as Schrader pulls it out of his gut. Schrader with an angry run, 2 flags fly as he goes down right near the sticks.
This might be an offensive face mask now, which is unbelievable. Or maybe it's going on the defense.
That's Rashad Harding, the linebacker for Liberty, and Syracuse keeps on moving.
He's solid and steady, got a high football IQ right there. It's tough. Quarterback's hitting you with the stiff arm, you're reaching out. Rashad Harding grabbing the face mask, adding an extra 15 yards to the pickup on third down.
Now the Orange have it inside the Flames' 40-yard line. Schrader, who started and has played every snap, can't control this snap, and he's got a fall on it right on top of the block S.
Well, they moved Maximilian Mang, the Berlin Bear, right before the snap, and it looked like it maybe hit him or maybe nicked off someone's knee, because the way that ball changed rotations, it appeared to almost carry him off of something.
That's a loss of 7 on first down. And again, it's Aaron Service as you see Maximilian Mang leaving the field. Aaron Service is the center in his 52nd consecutive start. Watch 47, Mang bounces right off that shoulder pad.
I saw the rotation of that change dramatically. Garrett Schrader's a phenomenal athlete. They're asking him to do too much by just getting the snap. They need to find a way to get these snaps under control.
So they're behind the sticks now. Good solution. Hand it to 34. And Tucker breaks a tackle. Tucker has first down yardage on 2nd down and 17. Skylar Thomas makes the stop, but not before Tucker goes for 19.
A lot of times you go in at halftime, Drew, you make your adjustments, you come out and you stop what was hurting you. I don't know if they have an answer for Sean Tucker tonight. When you're making cuts like that, seeing the flow, cutting against the grain, and you have that type of speed, you're going to make the defense pay, and he's doing it once again.
Tucker up to 18 totes, 112 yards, and a touchdown, 6.2 yards per carry.
Single high safety now for Liberty, starting to stack the box. They've got to find a way to slow down Tucker.
They look out 4 wide for Syracuse. Instead, they go to the screen. Taj Harris on the bubble. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he picks up a first down for the Orange. Chris Meganson finally pushes him out. Taj Harris a first down on first down.
And so this is just an extension of the running game, getting Taj Harris the ball in space. He's great at run after the catch. He's big in the screen game. They move him around. They've been running screens to the running backs. Now they're getting the wide receivers a little bit involved as well.
Hugh Freeze said Taj Harris is just as good as the receivers he coached at Ole Miss, and that's high praise. Here's Schrader on the keep down near the 15-yard line. Story Jackson brings him down, and Freeze coached guys like A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf, Laquan Treadwell at Ole Miss. He says Harris is just as good on tape as those guys.
Oh, and you can see it, Drew, the yards after the catch. He catches the football. He's a physical guy. He's explosive. He can put his foot in the ground, get vertical, and break tackles.
Syracuse in the red zone again. They're 1 for 2 inside the 20 tonight. Schrader fakes the give and the pitch, breaks a tackle. Schrader to the house. Touchdown for Garrett Schrader, his 2nd rushing score of the night.
What a job by Garrett Schrader. What a play call, but you see the fake pitch. It just freezes Rashad Harding. He puts his foot in the ground, breaks a tackle. When you're as big as Schrader is, 6'4", 230 pounds. He may not be quite the thrower of Tommy DeVito, but he hasn't had to be tonight. They have been relying on his legs. And look at him stumble into the end zone right there. Big fella finding pay dirt.
Garrett Schrader had 2 touchdown runs last week against Albany. He's got 2 touchdown runs tonight against Liberty. Andre Schmidt knocks the extra point through, and Syracuse has the offense humming on a Friday night at the Carrier Dome. And welcome back to ACC Network Football presented by Dr. Pepper. I'll tell you what, Bobby Carpenter, the Carrier Dome is the center of Fansville right now, and the fans love Garrett Schrader. Came in as QB2. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns tonight.
10 carries, 47 yards, and that factors in about 3 or 4 bad snaps where he's had to dive on the ball and lose some yards. Garrett Schrader getting it done with his legs tonight, doing a great job in the screen game, doing everything Dino Babers wants.
Andre Schmidt kicks it away. Shedro Lewis on the fair catch. All right, so now we get to see Malik Willis again. If you told me that one of these quarterbacks ran for 2 touchdowns tonight at the Dome, your money would be on Malik Willis to be that guy, not Garrett Schrader.
Absolutely. Malik Willis has been doing it all. I mean, he's been catching the football, he's been running the football, he's been throwing the football, he's put together some nice drives. To give this Orange defense credit, they've been showing pressure from one side, bringing it from the other. They've been oscillating back and forth, and they've really been getting after it. And when they've got him enclosed in the pocket, they've made him pay for the most part.
Malik Willis is the #3 quarterback on Todd McShay and Mel Kiper's big boards. Syracuse has, for the most part, stymied him tonight. On the first play of the drive, Willis flush from the pocket, makes a couple of men miss, but can't get out of the reach of Marlowe Wax, the linebacker, who brings him down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that might be the most impressive one-yard loss I've seen as you watch him drop back, look down the field. Guys are getting beat, stunts going on up front, breaks one tackle, breaks two, and trying to break the second, sliding out. Terrific job.
Willis to throw on second down. He's got his pass complete to Mario Douglas on the receiving end, but it's going to be another 3rd down and long for the Flames after they went 3 and out on their first drive of the second half. Here come the fans again. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
And once again, I referenced the fact, third quarter, backed up. They're going to be in the student section. It's loud. It's going to be a raucous environment, looking to go quick on 3rd down.
Flames on 3rd down, 3 for 8 tonight.
Talked about the +1 runs, the quarterback design runs and got out of situations. It's a little far for that, maybe right here, but they're going to want the ball in Malik Willis' hands.
Mikel Jones got the crowd juiced up for 3rd down and 5, and before Willis can let it go, a whistle and a penalty and more Syracuse noise. I want to go back to something Malik Willis said earlier this week. He said, the crowd's really not going to make a difference. They're really just there to watch. I think so far they're making a difference, Bobby.
They are, and it looks like the center right there didn't snap the football. Thomas Sargent had an opportunity. Everybody else jumped. He held on to the football. This is looking like the Carrier Dome back in the 90s. You got Donovan McNabb at quarterback, Dwight Freeney off the edge.
They're in the right uniforms for it. 3rd down and long for the Flames.
Why would they ever wear a different uniform, by the way? We can get to that another day. These are classic, they're iconic.
Not the time, Bobby. 3rd down and 10 for Malik Willis. Has to leave the pocket. Willis spins. Here comes Jones. Here comes more pressure. And Willis is down again. 5th sack of the night for Syracuse against the potential top 10 pick.
And the Orange defense is swarming. And that's what's been the most impressive. Malik Willis, he's going to make the first guy miss. He's an unbelievable athlete with tremendous leg power. He can pull through arm tackles. The problem is you have real trouble making the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and that's what this Orange defense is doing right here, Drew. It's incredibly impressive. Tony White has them geared up. They're bringing pressure. They're getting to him, and they're collapsing the pocket and swarming Malik Willis.
Malik Willis and the Liberty offense, 2 drives, 2 3 and outs to start the second half. Courtney Jackson calls for a fair catch and lets it roll near the Syracuse 25-yard line. So the Orange will set up shop there, right near the ACC logo. Garrett Schrader, number 16, back to work after the 51-yard punt for Liberty. Syracuse back on offense when we come back.
Breaking 2 tackles on a sack. Like, these aren't DBs, those are linebackers.
Some legends in the rafters at the Carrier Dome here in Syracuse. It's John Mackey's 80th birthday tonight. He would have been 80. Lots of big-time names up there, Bobby Carpenter.
And it's rocking like it was when McNabb was here. It's been a while since you felt the energy in the Carrier Dome, and they are bringing the passion out. You're seeing some of those pre-snap penalties and those legends up in the rafters. Those are the guys that I grew up watching, the Syracuse football that I knew. And it's coming back in 2021.
You saw the number 44 up there in the rafters. That is a point of conversation here in Syracuse this week. Sean Tucker is the reason why. That time he goes down after a gain of just 1.
And this is a big drive for Liberty. You cannot let this score get stretched. It was 14-0 in the first half. You have to keep it a 1-score game. Keep it within striking distance. You have one of the most electric players in college football. There's a bazillion scouts, GMs here. You're running to Rick Spielman, the GM for the Vikings. Drew's fanboying because he grew up in St. Paul or Minneapolis, Wazetta High School. Going over and talking to him. There's a bunch of people here to watch a lot of talent on this field tonight.
And Garrett Schrader has looked pretty good too for the Scouts as they barely get the snap off. Schrader on the play action. Schrader takes a shot over the middle of the field into triple coverage. Damian Alford was the intended target.
And a great job by Chris Megison, number 4, staying deep, being able to play over the top. You have secondary underneath as well. It was a nice ball by Schrader. He put the ball the only place it could be. You're relying on your guy to go up and get it, but really good defense trying to take a shot to really separate this game.
SU is 2 for 6 on 3rd down. But when it's above 7 yards to gain, they're 0 for 3. The offense has been pretty conservative with Garrett Schrader at the helm aside from 2 deep shots. Tucker is the running back with 3 on the play clock for Syracuse. Schrader goes deep again. That pass is caught. Sherrod Johnson hauls it in. And it's ruled an incomplete pass as he was pushed out of bounds. Good coverage again by Chris Megison. We'll see if he got the foot down here, Bobby.
And Liberty's been daring them to do this. They've had one high safety playing tight press man to try to stop the run. It's a nice ball. It's just a little bit outside. As a receiver, you have to do a better job, Sherrod Johnson, of getting vertical, not letting the defensive back, in this case Chris Megison, wall you to the sideline and not giving him an area to throw the ball.
So that Liberty defense, which has been phenomenal all season, comes up with a big-time stop to get Malik Willis and company back out on the field. James Willis, the punter for Syracuse, kicks it away to Douglas, and Douglas has some room, and he is dangerous. Demario Douglas plants his foot. Douglas knifing past midfield as 2 flags fly, and he's finally brought down out of bounds after traversing the length of the field. We'll see what the flag is. Right now it's a 21-yard return after a 37-yard punt.
Couple of late flags on the play, actually 3 of them on the ground. Holy smokes, they're gonna have a lot to try to figure out right here. Maybe a block in the back, came out a little bit late, but you feel like the Carrier Dome, Drew, the energy, they're waiting to blow the lid off of this place. They want to see this Syracuse Orange team separate, make the big play, get comfortable, and start getting in the driver's seat to try to cruise this thing to victory.
Stuart Mullins is our referee tonight. That's against Jerome Jolly Jr. with the block in the back.
So you went from having terrific field position for Hugh Freeze down inside the 40-yard line, 35-yard line. Not terrible now. If you just would have fair caught it, you have it at your own 40. But now they're going to be backed up to right around their 30, maybe inside of their 30-yard line, all the way back down to the 26.
And that's not where you want to be against a Syracuse defense that is feeling pretty good right now. They're tops in the ACC in total yards per game allowed this year. Top 5 in the country. They've been as advertised tonight against Malik Willis in this high-flying Liberty offense.
Well, it's been impressive how much pressure Tony White has brought tonight. He wanted to try to impact the quarterback in Malik Willis. He's doing a great job of it. Look at him showing pressure.
Willis in the pistol, Shedro Lewis behind him. The give goes to him. Lewis can't shake free of Justin Barron, the 6'4" freshman out of Connecticut.
He's one of the reserve safeties. They'll roll guys through. They like to cross-train everybody, and you see him bringing pressure on the right side of the screen. And when they do that, there's only one way to go. Great job by Justin Barron, the free safety coming down, or the rover rather, coming down, filling up that open gap.
This is the 4th straight drive Liberty has started inside its own 30-yard line. Willis from the gun on 2nd down and 8. Over the middle, takes the check down to Douglas. Douglas ripped down, but that might be a face mask.
I think you can take bite out of there. It looked like his helmet almost got ripped off. Kind of double caught it. Malik Willis trying to look down the field. There was immense pressure on him again. Just gets it out to Demario Douglas. And a no gain might turn into a 15-yard penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, number 31 defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Jeff Canton Arku on the face mask there. Let's take another look.
Great job on the crossing route. Good job by Canton Arku, closing the distance. You just want to try to keep the hand down. And if there was ever a face mask, I think right there, it was pretty obvious. Held on to the whole thing and used it to bring him down.
His defense attorney might say Douglas is only 5'8", so the face mask is lower to the ground, but that was egregious. Here's Willis to throw. Got a man. Pass complete. And near first down yardage for Noah Frith, who made a big catch in that first half.
And that's what Malik Willis can give you. Not just a great runner, but you see him drop back, make that long throw across the sideline to his receiver in Frith and pick up some big yards.
Flames hit the gas pedal. TJ Green on the give. TJ Green with the big cut. He's got a first down. In comes Jason Simmons from his safety spot to make the stop after a 7-yard gain. First down, Flames.
It's been Shedro Lewis most of the drive here and most of this quarter. All of a sudden get Green in there, a little bit more juice. The Utah transfer, some sweet feet picking up the first down.
Inside the Syracuse 40, Willis on the give again to Green, who spins free from a tackle, and now the Flames have a little something cooking here on the ground.
So that's what the penalty does. It gives them the automatic first down, and Syracuse has been so fast, so electric, bringing pressure, being able to close in on Willis, collapse that running game. All of a sudden you start getting later in the drive, you see more substitutions, you see guys getting worn down. It's happened to Liberty, now it's starting to happen a little bit to Syracuse.
Syracuse prides itself on its depth, especially up front. But Liberty is churning out the yards on the ground right now. It's Green again, twisted down, that time a gain of only 1.
Big stop. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Fans are on their feet here in the Carrier Dome. Student section is rocking. This is a gotta move it situation. A gotta move the chains. And there's one guy you want to have the ball in his hands, Malik Willis. Give him a +1 run or maybe a run pass option.
Flames 3 for 9 on 3rd down. Willis in the speed option, tucks it in his left arm and picks up the first down. Dragged down by Mikel Jones, but Malik Willis shows off the speed and the strength.
They can call that an option. There's only one option on that play. Right. He's not looking to pitch that thing at all. Malik Willis, he has the strength and power of a running back, putting his foot in the ground and picking up the first down.
Willis has only attempted 10 passes tonight. That was his 9th carry.
Nice shot.
That was the give to TJ Green on first down, 3 yards.
Number 7, Stephen Thompson coming up, lowering the boom, doing a great job on TJ Green. As we see this Syracuse defense, you notice their hands are starting to go on their hips. They haven't had any of these drives. They've been doing such a good job to start drives. They've been getting a lot of 3 and outs. Now a little fatigue might be setting in. Free play.
Flag flies. Willis goes deep. End zone. Touchdown, Flames. C.J. Daniels had 2 scores last week. He's got 1 tonight at the Dome. Flames right back in it.
Great job by Malik Willis and center Thomas Sargent. He has 50 starts. He's the captain. He's a former walk-on. You identify that you drew the defense off sides. You see the movement. You feel the flag fly. You've got a free play. Going downtown. You mentioned C.J. Daniels. He's coming on strong. Great job right there. Solid defensive coverage. But if you jump off sides, go get them. Don't leave your corners hanging out to dry.
That Willis-Daniels connection has been strong over the past 2 weeks.
Review. Going to review the play, make sure he got 2 feet in bounds. Malik Willis throws a pretty deep ball, though. Yeah. I mean, when he has time, and he hasn't had much tonight, this Syracuse front 7 has been getting after him. But he throws a nice ball on the sideline. Hugh Freeze looks in disbelief. Right. What? Out of bounds? What are we talking about?
That Willis throw, look at the flick of the wrist on the replay.
And this is why there's all those scouts here wanting to see him. Does he catch it? It's that right foot down, 2 feet down.
2, maybe 3.
That was it was a good throw. That was some fancy footwork right there by C.J. Daniels. My man, Nate Robinson calls that the toe drag swag.
There you go. There you go. Now, C.J. Daniels knows that there are about 30 NFL scouts in attendance tonight to watch his quarterback. Just keep an eye on his feet here. Right foot.
Oh, did he step out prior to
might have stepped out
the ball?
before. Okay, so he's jockeying with Garrett Williams for position. Looks like his foot's on the line there.
So he steps out prior to the 5-yard line at about the 7. Usually that's when the official throws the hat on the ground. Gets 2 feet in. When he catches it, we'll see what they have to say.
Now, Bobby, what happens, though, if the cornerback forces him out of bounds?
And so that's where they have to determine whether he was forced out or whether he went on his own. It's a little bit of a judgment call.
Garrett Williams, number 8 for Syracuse. C.J. Daniels, 4 for Liberty. Watch those white and blue cleats.
He stepped on the line right there. It's fairly obvious.
What do we know?
Well, If you're forced out, I think that you're allowed to come back in as long as the defender forced you out of bounds. And you can be the first one to touch the football. Maybe they didn't have a clear view. It looks pretty obvious to me, but you know what? I'm not getting paid to make the calls.
Right. So Willis and Liberty get to celebrate twice. That touchdown brings them within one score. Alex Barbier out to kick the extra point. That's good. And the Flames down 7. What a response from Liberty and Malik Willis. You're going to be watching him on Sundays, folks. Hugh Freeze knows his offense finally rolling at the Dome. Hey, folks, we are feeling good like we should. Sunday best next week. We'll have a volleyball doubleheader. Women's soccer. Miami and Notre Dame start the afternoon off on the volleyball court at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we've got the 2 soccer matches. It's number 19 Pittsburgh squaring off against Miami and Coral Gables. We kept off the afternoon with Virginia Tech hosting number 2 Duke in Blacksburg. All 3 right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Courtney Jackson lets it fall into the end zone, and Garrett Schrader and company come back out onto the field. Schrader was not expected to be the starter until about 7 o'clock Eastern time. We thought it would be Tommy DeVito, but Schrader's been piloting this offense to success, Bobby.
And if you look at over the first 3 games, they kind of scripted it, and Schrader's got more and more and more of the reps until last week. He took 41 to DeVito's 21. Has great stats, but stats can be deceiving in some of those blowout wins. But you've seen what he was able to do with his legs. But Tommy DeVito, 2 300-yard passing games, missed the last 7 games last season, 18 career starts, and it's going to be tough for the redshirt junior watching his offense be piloted by someone else.
Schrader on the give to Sean Tucker. They keep feeding the beast here in Syracuse. Picks up 3 on first down. And keep in mind, Tommy DeVito came to Central New York 5 years ago as the next big thing. He was a 4-star recruit. They don't bring that many 4-stars up here to Syracuse. And DeVito now 5 years later loses his job on a Friday night.
Well, and it's tough because there's one thing that Schrader has that he doesn't. He can't change the athleticism, the legs. And that's been such a big part of the Orange offense tonight. He's been so good and so talented with his feet. It's really opened up the run game, as we see right there for Sean Tucker.
It's a really dangerous 2-man game back there. Tucker near the first down marker. Skylar Thomas on the stop. It's a 6-yard gain, brings up 3rd down and short for Syracuse.
You see Abdul Adams come in. Sean Tucker getting a much-needed rest. They like him around that 20 touch mark. He has far surpassed that. We've got plenty of time left.
21 carries and 2 catches, so Adams comes in and gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Liberty's defense comes up huge once again. Ralph Rusins wearing number 98 because he tore his number 99 jersey earlier, along with Ahmad Walker in on the stop.
Great pressure up front. Great job by Rusins shedding the center, going to make the play. It's a 4th down. It's really short.
Okay.
The fans want him to go for it. And they're on your own 35-yard line. You've been controlling the line of scrimmage. You've been running the ball well. It feels like a situation where you could probably go for it and get it. The problem is, if you do not, you're basically handing away 3 points and possibly 7 and tying up the game.
Dino Babers, typically since he's been at Syracuse, not afraid to be aggressive on 4th down. This year, though, through 3 games, they've only gone for it twice. They have picked it up both times. Instead, they send out the punter, James Williams. The freshman out of Georgia boots it near that new Carrier Dome roof. Demario Douglas lets it bounce and skip out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's where the Flames take over after a 42-yard punt.
So I understand what Dino Babers has done right there. You've been running the football really well. You get stuffed on 3rd down, but your defense has done a fantastic job. You've given up 2 drives, and it's been largely, Drew, on 2 big plays down the sideline. Outside of that, you've done a pretty good job containing Malik Willis. You've done a pretty good job of containing the run game, and you forced a lot of 3 and outs. If you can get the ball back here, you should be able to get that running game rolling once again.
Malik Willis did just lead a touchdown drive for the Flames. 9 plays, over 70 yards, over 3 minutes off the clock. We'll see what Hugh Freeze cooks up here with his offense. Shedro Lewis is the running back to Willis's right hip. Delayed handoff to Lewis, caught a hand to the face mask, doesn't deter him. There goes Lewis past midfield. Eric Coley finally brings him down by the shoestrings. That could have been dangerous for Syracuse. Still, it's a 31-yard gain.
They pull the tackle, they pull the tight end, and they get Shedro Lewis, the tiny little running back, 5'8", $175. You can hardly find him in there. great speed, and he shoots right through the middle.
Big play Maven to the air now on first down. Douglas has the catch, and it's an intermediate gain of 4 on first down. Back to Lewis, though, Bobby. He is a big play Maven, a home run threat. Last year at the Carrier Dome, he had 2 touchdown runs, 52 yards and 75 yards.
He's got the home run speed. If you give him a crease, he's going to be able to take it the distance.
He's still the running back with Willis. Flames have really cranked up the tempo. No false start called on the slot receiver Douglas. The Syracuse sideline was clamoring for it, and Lewis is twisted down by Mikel Jones. The leading tackler for Syracuse takes us to the end of 3. The 4s go in the air at the newly renovated Carrier Dome. Shedro Lewis, Malik Willis, and Liberty looking to tie it up. We got a good one on ACC Network. It's third down at the Loud House in Syracuse, New York. Orange on top of the Flames by 7 as we start the 4th quarter. Some very kind students welcoming our crew to the Carrier Dome on a Friday night in CNY. Third down and 3. Malik Willis on the keep, fooled the defense and picks up a first down. Huge gainer for the Flames.
It's 3rd and short. It's a gotta-have-it situation, a move-the-chain situation. They have run it with Malik Willis just about every time. He's faking the RPO. He was pulling that the entire way. He's physical, he's big. We talk about it. First down.
Kingsley Jonathan came in, and it looks like he is a little wobbly as he leaves the field. But Jonathan, who's struggled with injuries throughout the course of the season, runs off under his own power. That's a good sight for Syracuse fans.
Situational football, though, Drew. Understanding it's 3rd down. Understanding that Malik Willis has run it on just about every 3rd down. Forget everybody else. Go tackle him.
For Willis, he hasn't popped the big one on the ground yet, but he's got 9 carries for 36 yards, and they've been effective picking up first downs. Here he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Liberty. Demario Douglas toasts the Syracuse defense, and the Flames can tie it up.
So it's the freshman, your guy Deuce Chestnut. He's talented. Tony White said he's still learning a little bit, the defensive coordinator. You see Malik Willis double move, pump, gets him on the out and up, plenty of space, does a good job getting vertical, staying in bounds. Really nice play call right there, getting inside the 30, right there around the strike zone and taking a shot to the end zone.
33-yard score for Demario Douglas, redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville. Extra point from Alex Barbier is good, and we are tied at the Carrier Dome. Strap in, Malik Willis is rolling. It's 21-21, 4th quarter just started. This should be a lot of fun down the stretch. Malik Willis and the Liberty offense dormant in the first half. Last 2 drives, 73 yards, 75 yards. This last one capped off by the touchdown to Demario Douglas.
And a great job by Demario Douglas. The double move on Deuce Chestnut, the young corner, very talented, very aggressive. It makes him pay.
He said deuces to Deuce as he left him in the dust and tied up this ball game at 21. Courtney Jackson takes a knee in the end zone, and here comes Garrett Schrader in the Syracuse offense. So, Bobby, the SU offense, when you can lean on the run, works really well when you're winning by 2 touchdowns. Do you think they change anything up here?
Why would they change it up? Sean Tucker is having a career day. Schrader is having a career day. They've been able to run the football seemingly whenever they want. The thing they cannot do here is put themselves behind the chains. If you stay positive on all of your downs, you'll be sitting there with the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 and feeling good about it.
That's the 36th carry of the night for Syracuse as a team. 23rd for Tucker. He goes 3 yards on first down, tackled by Story Jackson.
I mean, he's already over 135 yards, also getting it done through the air with 27 receiving. He's the leading receiver and leading rusher. Sean Tucker has been doing it all tonight. That's why they had to get him a blow on the last 3rd down. But it's 2nd and 7. Why don't you run an RPO, get Schrader's legs involved, maybe run a screen right here.
Tucker is an absolute bell cow in every sense of the word. On 2nd down and 7, it's back-to-back carries for him. He steps over a defender like he's Allen Iverson against Tyronn Lue and picks up a first down.
What a great play. Robert Rahimi on the outside trying to bring him down. You see the speed. Oh, the nice cut, and right there finishing it off, throwing guys to the ground. He's got the speed, he's got the power, he has the vision. Sean Tucker is a full package.
That was a little, now you see me, now you don't.
The Magic Man.
Tucker, by the way, track star in high school. He would go straight from football practice to track practice. So this guy does not get tired very easily. Schrader keeps it this time, though, and 3 flames converge to bring him down hard. Rocket Rahimi was there first, number 6, and Darrell Johnson was there as well. Story Jackson came in number 12 to deliver the final boom.
And they felt like it was going to be a quarterback run. They pressure off that side. They're waiting for him on the RPO. Probably should have handed that off.
Schrader tonight 11 carries for 47 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Back-to-back games with 2 rushing touchdowns for the transfer from Mississippi State. On 2nd down and 10, Schrader looks to throw. He's got time, floats it over the middle. Harris contacted, and that's incomplete.
So it was a second and long. I would have preferred a screen, maybe another run right there. Put yourself in a situation where you have a convertible 3rd down. Syracuse hasn't done a great job of pushing the ball down the field with Schrader tonight. He's been much more effective in the screen game and then using his legs. And so try to stay ahead of the chains. Don't put yourself in a 3rd and long situation. And one of the things I do like, and this is, we talked a little bit earlier, Dino Babers used to be fast, fast, fast. Orange the new fast. Listen, your defense has been on the field a lot. Slow it down. Give them a time to recover and rest for this next drive should you not pick it up.
3rd down and 10 for the Cuse. Schrader has thrown 3 straight incompletions. This time he can't even get it away. Another Liberty sack. Ahmad Walker, the true freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia, comes in and brings him down. Kendi Charles is there as well, and Syracuse has nothing going offensively that time.
But the leap by Story Jackson over the cut block by the running back was absolutely tremendous. That was a full-on jailbreak by the Liberty defense, harassing Schrader and getting him to the ground.
James Williams in to punt for Syracuse. If you're a believer in momentum, Uncle Mo is living in Lynchburg right now. Douglas is going to return it for Liberty. Fresh off that touchdown, he's feeling himself, nearly spins out of the tackle. And he sets up the Flames with good field position near their own 40-yard line. 7-yard return for Douglas. Liberty can take its first lead tonight when we return.
ACC Network College Football Primetime is presented by delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
44 is the number here in Syracuse. Lots of greats, including the late, great Floyd Little, rest in peace, to a Syracuse legend. 44 is the number that every Syracuse fan wants to put every great running back in. Sean Tucker could be the guy who finally brings it down from the rafters for the first time in a couple of decades. But right now we're looking at the Liberty offense and Malik Willis. They've scored on back-to-back drives, and Willis knifes through the Syracuse defense for 9 yards on 1st down.
So Hugh Freeze talked about only liking to run Willis when absolutely necessary. Chain moving situations, red zone. Well, this is a gotta-have-it drive. You can sway the momentum. You feel it turning a little bit. Syracuse possessed it for so much of the 2nd and early 3rd quarter. They've been forcing 3-and-outs. They've been driving the football. Liberty, the last 2 drives, has put up some yardage. They put up some points, and they've been taking deep shots, loosening that Orange defense up.
Willis in the pistol. TJ Green gets the give on 2nd down, and he picks up a 1st down. Just 2 yards, but it's enough to move the sticks. Justin Barron chops him down.
Great job by the freshman, Justin Barron. The coaches were raving about how he's coming along. He's been playing better, shooting up right there. They bring some pressure. He fits right exactly where he needs and does a great job making the play at the line of scrimmage.
Barron, a 6'4" freshman out of Rocky Hill, Connecticut, has to deal with Malik Willis in this Liberty offense, which has found a groove in the 2nd half. Fake the give to Green. Over the middle, nearly picked off. Willis living dangerously. Garrett Williams nearly picked that one off.
Great job by Garrett Williams. He's the best cornerback. He's the leader of that defense. Little bit of contact early. You get the bump, but he stays off of it. He keeps his eyes on the ball. Almost comes up with an interception right there. Great defense by Garrett Williams.
Intended for Trayon Sibley, number 21, who deserves a gold star for helping to knock that one down. Turned into a defensive back.
Look for a little pressure right here. It's getting loud in the Carrier Dome.
It's been loud all night on a Friday night in a newly renovated Carrier Dome. Willis to throw. It's a missile, and it's caught. First down and more for Liberty. C.J. Daniels all the way inside the 20.
Bringing pressure again. They're showing linebackers. Then the safety comes. Our guy Justin Barrett, who we just talked about, just a little bit late. Great throw to the perimeter by Malik Willis. Phenomenal catch right there. C.J. Daniels, good route. Induced Chestnut. Solid coverage. You just make the tackle. When you're bringing pressure, you understand you might be giving something up, but you have to be able to make the tackle and not give up yards after the catch. Too much yardage on that play.
35 yards on the pitch and catch and run. TJ Green, the running back, gets the call, and he's inside the 10 on first down.
Liberty putting together a drive. Look, going fast again, trying to catch Syracuse in a substitution situation.
Second and short. Syracuse didn't get the 12th man off in time, so even though it's a short gain on second down, Green going nowhere. There is a flag on the field. It was Cody Roscoe who was still out there, number 18, and that's going to be a penalty against Syracuse.
So the rule is when the offense substitute, the defense has time to match it, but Liberty did not substitute on that play. Syracuse was trying to have a line change, ran out of time.
It's been a big story in Syracuse all week, the penalties. They had 16 of them for 164 yards against Albany last week. This will be the 5th. So not only is it half the distance, Bobby, but it's a first down.
Automatic first down. You see the substitutions. They're trying to run guys off. They recognized it, got to the line of scrimmage, and it's really not even close.
Is there a 13 men on the field penalty?
Well, the good news is whether it's 12, 13, or 14, it's just too many men. They don't delineate, Drew, of how many players. It's not like it's 5 yards per guy.
Delineate, another great vocabulary SAT type word from Bobby Carpenter. The Ohio State University. Here's Willis on the roll. Willis on the throw. Willis on the touchdown, Flames.
It's going to be close. It's a great pass to Demario Douglas again on the sideline. He is their go-to receiver. He's been making plays. He's quick. He's athletic. He's a quick twitch guy. We'll see if he got his feet down. Maybe even slid through there on his rear, but they're trying to throw the fade. He runs the out. Does he get his feet up?
I don't know. That's tight. Remember, Douglas scored that 33-yard touchdown to cap the last drive, and every scoring play is reviewed. So we'll take another look at this.
So he slides. His hip is worth a foot, or it's even worth 2 feet. So we see Malik Willis running to the side. It's a great play call. It's a well-thrown ball, maybe a little outside, but you see trying to come back into his feet, come off the ground. It looks like it touches. I don't think that's going to be a catch.
You only need one buttock, correct?
One buttock is equal to 2 feet. So on Sundays, he would have been good. But the problem was that down foot would appear to be his right ankle. Grazed over there, and it's nice. You've got the little orange perimeter, you've got the white line, you've got the blue end zones. Easy to kind of identify all that.
As it stands right now, Douglas has back-to-back touchdowns from Malik Willis. Our referee tonight is Stuart Mullins, who's taking a peek at that touchdown catch. This is going to be a pretty loud cheer, I think, when we get the call.
Oh, it should be a pretty easy call. I understand on the sideline in the field, you see it. You know, his hip is down. We'll call the one buttock. It's in. Then you go back, you take a look at it. The foot hit first. All right, let's line up. Let's play again. It's still second down, though, Drew. It's not like that was third or fourth down. They still have a couple more downs to try to put this in. So a much-needed breather, too, for the defense. That's one thing that we don't mention as well. This is almost like an effective timeout. So the Syracuse defense gets a little water, gets rested up, and that's big after you've been part of a long drive to be able to stand there, talk to your coaches, understand what happened, and kind of recalibrate and collect yourself.
Current drive, 6 plays, 59 yards, just under 230.
On their feet in the Carrier Dome.
Running back is Green. He gets the call. Green near the goal line, and it's going to be third down.
The bells are starting to toll in the Carrier Dome.
is a whiteout on a Friday night at the Dome.
Malik Willis has been magical on third down. But will the bell toll 12 times? And midnight strike for Cinderella in Syracuse.
Willis again on the speed option keeper. Willis swarmed, going nowhere.
We call it a speed option. It's just about a power sweep. He's not looking to pitch the ball. They're stretching this thing. He's trying to find a place to put his foot in the ground. Syracuse recognizes it. On third down, Malik Willis is going to keep the football. You know it, I know it, everybody in the Carrier Dome knows it, but what's the most important is the 11 men on defense know it. They're about a yard and a half out. Hugh Freeze looks like he's going for this. He's got a quarterback that's a Heisman Trophy candidate. He has live legs. He's strong. It is loud. They're in the student section end zone.
Liberty 1 for 1 on fourth down tonight, and before they go for it, Hugh Freeze wants to talk it over. All right. Biggest play of the night so far. Coming up, 4th and goal. Flames have the offense out there. Whoo, don't miss it. Hugh Freeze called timeout to talk it over. It's 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line for Liberty. He says, you know what? We're sending Malik Willis back out there.
It is loud. It's tough to communicate.
TJ Green is the running back. No fans at the Dome when Liberty came here last year and put it on Syracuse. It is lit tonight. Willis, speed option, toward the goal line, trying to spin, going nowhere. Stephon Thompson's there first, and they stop the Flames.
The fans are loving it. They're feeling it. And it's second verse, same as the first, different formation, different personnel grouping, but they were loading up and going to the right side. They were going to let Malik Willis see what he could do, live or die on his legs, and a great job by Syracuse, finally figuring this thing out. When it's a gotta-have-it situation to move the chains, Malik Willis is keeping the football. Fantastic job by Stephon Thompson coming down, squeezing Malik Willis, providing first contact, slowing him down. And now Syracuse needs to drive. They've got to put something together, Drew, to give their defense a break.
Stephon Thompson with the 7-on-7 crime there. Garrett Trader starts this drive in his own end zone from the shotgun, picks up 2 yards as he keeps it himself out to the 5-yard line.
And let's not forget, this is a tie game, so we're rolling him out in the end zone. You know they're going to bring some pressure. I'm no math major, but I know 2 points when you're tied is going to put you up by 2. 23-21 would not have been a good scenario. He picks up a couple of yards, 2nd and 8.
Dino Babers, time and again, has shown a lot of faith in Garrett Schrader.
Oh yeah, for a first-time start in your program. And I like how Babers is slowing it down right here. Give your defense some time to breathe.
Sean Tucker on the give. And Tucker picks up 5 on 2nd down, makes it 3rd and manageable. Javon Scruggs in there on the stop for Liberty.
Sean Tucker crossing 152 rushing yards, 27 through the air, over $175 total yardage for the freshman today. This has been absolutely fantastic.
He did it against Albany last week, 250 total. That was Albany. This is Liberty. They're allowing 2 yards per carry coming in. Syracuse 2 for 9 on 3rd down tonight. So the answer, number 34, Sean Tucker moves the sticks.
Big first down conversion. Just like Liberty has been going to Malik Willis, Syracuse is going to their bell cow. Get behind the big offensive line, shoulders down, pulling through arm tackles. He's an impressive specimen.
5'10", 210 out of Owings Mills, Maryland. 26, now 27 carries for above 160 yards. That time he's popped by Story Jackson, lays the wood.
Lowering the boom. Good job by Story Jackson filling up the cutback lane. And if you are part of the Syracuse Orange faithful, this is not something you want to see. Sean Tucker lying on the ground. Not a great situation for Syracuse. We'll check back on his status when we return to the Carrier Dome.
This is the very last thing Syracuse fans want to see. Sean Tucker cracked by Story Jackson. That's his 10th tackle tonight, but it looks like the wind was just knocked out of him. Tucker ran off the field. He appears to be okay. Career high in carries, 27 totes plus 2 catches, 29 touches tonight. Abdul Adams is the running back in now as Garrett Trader keeps it and pitches to Courtney Jackson, and that run play is blown up. 4 yards for Syracuse on 2nd down.
That's a nice play call, though. I like it. You fake the handoff, run a little triple option, basically, from back in the day. If Schrader pitched it out there, nice job. Way to buy yourself a little bit of time, pick up some yardage, and put yourself in a convertible 3rd and short.
Are we in Syracuse or West Point right now, Bobby, with that triple option?
It may be out of the spread, but it's literally the same play call.
3rd down and short for Garrett Schrader. The Cuse converting at only a 30% clip tonight. This Liberty defense has really cracked down on the Cuse offense. And here we go, Schrader again with the option. This time he goes with the overhand toss to Taj Harris, and Harris, who needs 3 yards, can't go anywhere. Maybe a 1-yard gain as the Flames defense lights him up.
The most impressive thing Taj Harris did was catch this. This is something that's tougher running to your left. Look at him reach out. If he doesn't catch that, the ball goes spotted where it goes out of bounds. That thing would have went out about the 10, maybe inside. So now you're punting backed up, and that's off the assumption, Drew, that Liberty doesn't scoop it up and score it.
Right.
I understand you don't have Sean Tucker in there, so you want to try to give yourself the best chance, but also be smart. It's a tie football game. You're not losing, but you could lose it if you keep running plays like that.
Dino Baber says Taj Harris catches everything. He is fortunate that he caught that pass right there. Brings up 4th down and 3. James Williams kicks it, sends it toward the roof. Demario Douglas decides to return it. Whoa, the Orange swarm him at the 25-yard line. That's where the Flames will set up shop. Hey, we've got a fun one tonight, and it's going to keep on coming. Here's our Week 4 college football lineup for tomorrow. Virginia Tech and Richmond in-state showdown on ACC Network. New Hampshire, Pittsburgh on ACC Network Extra to start the day. That's at noon Eastern. Then it's Kansas and Duke from Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham. That'd be a great basketball game, great football game as well. And the day is capped off by our ACC Network prime time matchup presented by Geico. Georgia Tech at home in Atlanta against number 21 North Carolina.
If that prime time matchup's anything like we're getting here, they're in for a treat. Oh, and Jim Boeheim beside us, he nodded his head at the Kansas Duke comment.
All right.
He was happy about that.
Malik Willis from the gun on 1st down and 10. Watch out. Very dangerous with his legs. Willis goes down after a solid gain on 1st down. Jason Simmons has to come in and clean it up for Syracuse. That's a 1st down for the Flames.
And this is something Syracuse has done such a good job of throughout the first 3 quarters of this game. It's getting a little long, a little late in the game. You're getting tired, but collapsing the pocket, not letting Malik Willis out. They've been bringing pressure. You can start to see this Syracuse defense. They've been gassed in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter. They've been on the field a lot. It is going to be a critical drive for them to get a stop.
That was Kingsley Jonathan on a knee, who's missed some time with injury this year. But you're right, Bobby, this Syracuse defense looks tired against Willis, who looks to throw now on play action. Now evading the rush. No, he's not. Ball comes loose, recovered by the Orange. Mikel Jones falls on it, and it's Syracuse ball. First turnover tonight, and it's a monster one for the Cuse.
They brought pressure. They were bringing it from the top of the screen, the left side of the defense to the right side of the offense. They flush Malik Willis out of the pocket. He tries to reset and look down the field, but they collapse the pocket too quick. At that point, you should have pulled it down. He should have ate the football. He chooses to try to throw. Great job by bringing the pressure. Unbelievable recovery. Mikel Jones, the emotional leader, the communicator, the middle linebacker of that Orange defense, comes up with the biggest play of the game thus far.
Listen to this crowd.
Ooh, it's rocking. They need to quiet down, though. They're on offense. It's been such a long time since you've had fans in here in a nice big game. People forget how to act. It's like
they're going to check out that fumble from Malik Willis. It was Cody Roscoe who came in with that big bear paw, the senior transfer from McNeese State, who had 3 sacks last week against Albany. He stays hot. He forces the fumble. Hugh Freeze wants to make sure, though, that what, Bobby? It's an incomplete pass?
It could be, but the ball came out well before he was able to get his arm back and move it forward. Look, it's on. He's still pulling the ball up, and it's on its way back. That was a great chop to drive the football out, and then it's a great recovery by Mikel Jones. Fantastic job. That's what they have been doing for so long. First play of the drive, they let him out for 10 yards. They say no more. Defensive coordinator Tony White, we are heating him up. We are bringing some pressure, and you can hear the roar of the Carrier Dome as they see the review on television, knowing that that ball is out well before his arm is coming forward.
That is going to be the first offensive turnover for Liberty all season. As for the Syracuse defense, wreaking havoc.
Here's the thing, there's 3:35 left. Liberty has 2 timeouts. You get stops here, you force a long field goal, you're gonna have a chance to get the ball back. But if we look who's back on the field,
There you go.
number 34, Sean Tucker pulling his best Jim Brown, coming up a little lame, and the next thing you know, he's back out there.
Number 34, potentially 44 in the future, gets the call on first down and sheds flames, makes it look easy. Tucker 100% back out on the field. Trayshawn Clark finally has the Herculean task of bringing him down.
Look at the effort here. Foot in the ground, pressure, driving, pulling through arm tackles. He may be a young man by age, but he is fully grown out on the football field. Second and short.
Could be a shot, potentially.
Oh, they're not. Dino Babers
shot
aggressive.
on the ground, maybe.
My goodness. We haven't completed a ball over 10 yards all night. You want to push one down the field?
Not when 34 is back there. Under 3 to play. Right on cue. Tucker gets the call again. This time the Liberty defense does swarm. He's near first down yardage.
Just a little short timeout now by Hugh Freeze, stopping the clock. It appears they've got about 6 inches to a foot to pick up a first down. And so you've got some options here. I don't know if Garrett Schrader's ever taken, if he can get under center. I guess he did sneak it in. This might be a situation, and believe me, I love Sean Tucker, but you need less than half a yard. You need a foot. You have a 6'4", 230-pound quarterback who's athletic, who's tough, who's already snuck one in for a touchdown. This, to me, is a situation your quarterback sneak it. I don't want to turn around, and Sean Tucker's had a heck of a game, but don't give the defense time to penetrate and to get the stop. Your offensive line has been doing a good job getting pushed. Trust them to get this 6 inches. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes, Drew, and trust that he's going to go those inches with you.
Well, Bobby, they can't hear you from up here because Garrett Schrader is in the shotgun. I've got a feeling they're going to keep it on the ground.
Have you seen the snaps that they've got earlier in the game?
Yeah. Schrader in the gun. Fakes it to Tucker, keeps it himself, and works his way for a first down, Syracuse.
Great job by Schrader off of the fake, being able to elude a defender. They're bringing pressure up. This is why I don't like that. It's a fantastic job by Schrader, and they pick up the first down. But when you watch a blitzer off the edge and he has a shot at your quarterback's legs 5 yards deep, it's going to be really hard for him to convert that. That's a great play call by Liberty. You just have to find a way to convert it.
And now Liberty is battling not only the Syracuse offense, but the clock. We're approaching 2 minutes to play. We're tied. Andre Schmidt's one of the best kickers in the country for Syracuse. Tucker alongside Schrader again. Tucker gets the call, and Tucker is stacked up way behind the line. Kendi Charles, the first man there.
They're selling out to stop the run right now. You see the penetration, and look at the snaps. Drew, there have been high snaps today.
Yeah.
If I was Dino Babers, I would be chugging down Pepsi, Tums, whatever it takes. These snaps have been all over the place. Garrett Schrader, phenomenal athlete, gets it over to the workhorse Sean Tucker, who's well over his 20-touch cap. As we take a look at Schmidt.
Yeah, you see Andre Schmidt, who
Now,
entered this season as the second most accurate kicker in the country.
how has he done today?
He is 0 for 1.
He is 0 for 1. And so it was a little bit longer kick,
48-yarder.
but one you think that you would have felt comfortable with him making.
Timeout Syracuse. They want to talk this over on 2nd down and 13. Sean Tucker has 30 carries tonight, most by a Syracuse player since Dante Strickland had 30 in 2016 against South Florida, and Tucker is making the most of these totes.
He's doing a great job, and he reminds me of a running back who played for the New York Football Giants. If you're living in New York and you're a Giants fan, reminds me a little bit of Ahmad Bradshaw.
All right.
He's got better top-end speed, I think, but he's shifty. He gets vertical. He has strong legs. He runs through contact, breaking tackles everywhere. He's a special one, folks.
Hey, Bobby, jog my memory here. What number did Ahmad Bradshaw wear?
44.
Oh, they are New York's college team.
I played against Ahmad in college and in the NFL.
He was probably a load to handle.
He's tough. He's not the biggest guy in the world,
Right.
just like Sean Tucker. He's not going to sit there and just pound you with 230 pounds, but he's strong, he's physical, and he runs with great leg drives, so that allows him to pull through some of those arm tackles.
That time, though, he lost 3 on 1st down, so Garrett Schrader and company looking at 2nd down and 13. Schrader is 6 for 15 for 77 yards through the air. The Cuse have run now 50 times. Tucker again in the middle of the hash marks. Story Jackson is there. We've said his name double-digit times on the tackles.
The ball spotted. They're going to wind this thing down. It's 3rd down, run one more play. 27. They'll probably be about 25 seconds left. They'll run a play. I would imagine Hugh Freeze will burn a timeout at that point. And then we'll be jogging. Schmidt will be jogging on the field to see what he can do.
Ball's at the 25 right now. You're looking at a 42, 43-yarder for Andre Schmidt, who missed from 48 in the 1st half. So Babers is going to burn a timeout here on 3rd down and 15. 25 seconds left.
How about that math right there, by the way? 2 moving clocks.
Big shout out to The Ohio State University again. You've got the math and the language arts, which I'm very impressed by. So Andre Schmidt, I mean, if Dino Babers is going to have confidence in anyone, it's got to be number 91. The guy came in as a walk-on. He was so good in practice that Sterling Hoffrichter, who was projected to win that job, went to Dino Babers and said, this kid's money. He's got to be the starter. All he did in his walk-on season, Bobby, made 30 field goals and won the Luke Grozo Award as the best kicker in the country, and that was as a freshman.
Very impressive. You want to put it, now the question is, you ask Schmidt, where do you want the ball?
Right.
Do you want it on the right hash? Do you want it on the left hash? Do you want it dead center in the middle where it is? And so this is going to be dependent now upon the play call of where they're trying to set the football to put him in the position where he's most comfortable. And you have to make sure you secure the snap. And I keep going back to that because
that's key.
Even on one of Tucker's long runs, Schrader's doing his best Derek Jeter back there to scoop this up sometimes.
Get him to Cooperstown, not too far from Syracuse. All right, it's 3rd down and 15. 25 seconds left. Again, Garrett Schrader has only thrown 15 passes tonight. He's completed 6 of them. They've run it 50 times. Schrader keeps it this time.
Love it.
He's got some space. He's got a big chunk on 3rd down. Inside the 20, getting Andre Schmidt even closer.
What a weapon. When you've been pounding Tucker all night, you fake it, get vertical, great cut back across the grain, and look how big he is. He's able to grind after contact for another 4 or 5 yards. That is the dimension that Schrader gives this offense that they just didn't have with Tommy DeVito.
It was a gain of 9. It sets up 4th down and 7. It puts the ball at the 19-yard line, and Dino Babers runs it down to 1 second before he calls timeout to set up his kicker for a potential game winner.
Kind of interesting right there. It's showing 1 timeout left for Liberty on the scoreboard. I'm not sure why exactly Hugh Freeze didn't use that final timeout to preserve some time to be able to run a play or two. Now, the odds would have been long, but you think that there would have been a chance. I know when there's some time left on the clock, there's still a chance. When there's no time left, that's tough. You know, maybe he uses it right here to try to ice, Schmidt, I'm not sure exactly. Lining up for a 35-yarder. This should be a walk in the park for the Groza Award winner.
He was voted the best kicker in America in his redshirt freshman season in 2018. Missed from 52 tonight. This is from 35, and this is for the win.
There it is.
There's that timeout you were talking about, burning a hole in Hugh Freeze's pocket. They're going to make Schmidt think about it.
Well, when the game's over, you can't take him with you, so you might as well use it. I'm surprised that he just didn't kind of concede the fact that this is a fairly routine field goal, 35-yard line, dead center.
Bobby, there are some Syracuse fans at home thinking, please stop talking. You're saying it's routine, 35 yards, anything can happen.
I was the one that brought up that he missed one earlier.
It's true. That's true. You're playing the voodoo game on both sides.
Just listen, we're just trying to lay out all the facts for the folks, let them feel nervous on their own.
Now, when you're playing, Bobby, do you say anything to your kicker?
See, I was kind of always friendly with the kickers. And so I wouldn't say much. I just go down and give them a pound. They knew what was up. I don't think you want to treat them like it's a no-hitter for pitchers. Like, this guy's cold. He's on the sideline. They've got the AC cranked up here in the Carrier Dome. It's a little chilly.
Syracuse, and the Orange get revenge against the Flames from Liberty.
What a football game. You saw Syracuse jump out to a 14-0 lead. You watched Liberty storm back. Syracuse go up 21, then they tie it. Liberty has the ball on the 1.5-yard line with a chance to go up 28-21. Can't do it. Syracuse ices it off. Let's head down to Taylor for Dino Babers.
A very excited Coach Babers indeed. We're in the middle of all the chaos, but Coach, a well-matched game down to the end. What did your team show you tonight?
Before all that, I want to say, hey, Coach Hugh Freeze has got a fantastic squad. Liberty's a fantastic team. We're lucky to win this one. This is a good ball club. I'm so excited for my guys. To win a game like this is really something, especially this early in the season, and hopefully we can get on that wave and carry it to some bigger and better things.
And Liberty certainly had an opportunity to go up in the second half. You guys stopped them on 4th and goal. What did your defense show you?
The defense has got so much heart. They got so much pride. They were so embarrassed about what happened last year, and they really wanted to take that Empire State of mind of New York, New York, New York.
We love that. All right, Sean Tucker came off a record day and added another one to his resume today. What can you say about the impact he's having?
You know what? Those are the things we expect. We love Sean Tucker, and Sean Tucker is a big part of what in the heck we're doing here, and we hope that success continues for him throughout the season.
Well, Coach, I know you're going to enjoy this big win, but ACC opponent looms next week. What will you take away from tonight into that preparation?
One win and fried noodles at home. You guys have a blessed flight. Okay?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Fried noodles at home is the celebration dinner for Dino Babers. That's it for us here in Syracuse. Our final score, 24-21. The Orange win a thriller over the Flames. For Taylor Davis, Bobby Carpenter, our entire crew, led by Kristen Hennessy and Scott Hecht, I'm Drew Carter signing off from the Carrier Dome. We'll send you now back to the huddle. Jordan Cornette, take it away.